Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
Stop bouncing. Hi, hail and howdy, everybody. What's
bouncing?
My mic, it was going like this because I was trying to adjust it and it was bouncing. Hey, I just finished a 2.5-hour stream before we got into here. Give me a break. Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to Anime Odyssey. A little late because life happens. It's that simple. Life happens. But we are here. And we got
I'll take the blame. Okay. The reality is the reason we're late, didn't do this last week, is because my job made me get up at 30 last Saturday, and I was just fucking exhausted.
And then I said, what the fuck? We'll push it. You'll be all right. Be fine. But I think we got a fun one today. We got 3 things to do. We're going to talk our main topic. We're going to talk Demon Slayer season 1 because we're near the end. For the anime, we're near the end. We got 2 more movies to go, but we are going to talk that and why, essentially, why I think it's one of the best season 1s you're ever going to get in something because of the way it's structured, the way the characters, how it works, and the layering. You get a consistent form of layering to all the storytelling that season 1 starts and continues going forward. Mm-hmm. Then I got an article I've been sitting on since early last month, which basically says anime tourists aren't the problem, elites are. Now, I'll say anime elitists are a problem, but tourists are fucking terrible.
Anime elites can be fucking annoying. Don't get me wrong. And
But they give a
sometimes I
shit.
fall into the anime elite
I try
category.
not to.
Sometimes I will, but
Mhm.
at the same time,
Tourists.
even I was out there defending Pokemon Legends Z to A all day and night, and then I saw the tourists come in, and it's like, fuck you.
Yeah. And then we're gonna do our One Piece roundup, and we got good stuff on that today. And I gotta get up 1 second, talk.
Well, okay, so we got One Piece roundup. We got some stuff that happened. I don't remember quite where we left off, guys, to be quite honest with you, but I do remember the last 2 chapters that we got in One Piece, and fucking hell, it's just continued to get better and better. Adam and I might have a little disagreement on what we think is going on right now within the manga and the series itself, but that's not to like say, hey, we're gonna be at each other's throats. It's a small disagreement. And my God, guys, it's also heart-wrenching. Like it right now in One Piece, you're getting the emotions, which is beautiful and wonderful and shows you just how creative Oda is, okay? And how wonderful of a storyteller he is capable of actually producing. So we got that. And also, like, we already he talked a little bit about Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is just a phenomenal season 1. It has a very good progression system built into it that he was also already, like Adam already said, that it 100% continues to escalate as the different seasons comes out. And I will always say this about Demon Slayer, prior to where we are with the movies, the last 2 seasons the seasons prior to the movie, they're slower, but they're slower for a reason. But we're not talking about those. We're talking about season 1.
Season one, which is a full 4 episode season.
I thought it was 26.
Is it 26? I always
listen. I was mainly just rewatching it earlier.
Yeah,
this
26.
morning,
26.
just to remind me how the very beginning starts, because I remember everything.
Oh, I had to correct where this chain of events. I always mix up the middle. I swap a couple moments. I'm good through the training, and then it's like, which happened first, Bongo Man or Arrows? And
I
Arrows
forgot about the
first.
3 that were hunting girls. I forgot about
Yeah.
those 3.
Yeah. So I had to remember the outline, and of course the important characters that are met during that, and then of course I remember the back half, Spider-Man, and of course then Recovery leading into Mugen Train. So it's Demon Slayer created a standard for itself, and it has managed to maintain that standard through all 5 seasons, and now in Infinity Castle Part 1 has just reached levels that have been unprecedented, especially because, not to get too far off talking season 1, just to get this going here, we've talked about this before. Once upon a, for the majority of the world of anime, when a movie came out, it was a separated entity from the regular storyline based on the manga or light novel source material. Sorry, I have Final Fantasy on the brain from a conversation earlier today. Material. And they were not canon and lore. Sometimes some of those things made it into canon and lore, especially in the anime, but generally not. It's only in the past, I would say, 10 years where, and it really began, I would say, the end of last decade, where a movie, One Piece tried to do it first. They tried to do it a little bit, where movies now are more than just floating above the source material. They are the source material. But nobody did it like Demon Slayer and Mugen Train. Nobody did it like that.
Was it Mugen Train that started that trend, or it was Digimon that started that trend, really? Because technically One Piece's, their things they're not canon. They don't really happen.
That's why I said they tried.
They try. Dragon Ball Z is what actually Digimon.
No, DBZ movies prior to Super are all not canon. They're not. None of them are canon.
Well, that's what I mean. So like the Super movies started, I think, the canon trend.
Yeah.
But then I'm actually going to push back on that and go all the way back to Digimon, because technically during the Digimon movie,
the first one introduced an Alphamon.
No,
Omegamon.
Like the very first movie. So like Digimon the movie, it's a collection of 3 mini movies.
Okay.
Where the first 2 are technically canon. The last one isn't canon, but the first 2 are. So like the first one is actually supposed to be a prequel for the actual Digimon series that released in Japan that we never saw until the movie came out. And then the second one was a sequel kind of series where you got Omnimon for the first time, which is still baller. That's a Digimon discussion.
Yeah, you got Digimon on the brain right now.
Yeah, I do. Same with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going down my 90s kick again. I do this every couple months. I just go back to the 90s.
Listen, I'm at the back 2 episodes of Shield Hero season 4 right now, and it's been a damn good season.
I quit watching when what's the whale chick's obvious sister showed up.
I don't know if it's her sister. They're saying that they're the same clan.
Yeah, I think they're implying that they might be sisters.
I don't. They haven't.
When she
same clan. We knew they were same clan. Sedina and her glorious breasts were definitely the same clan as Sheldia, who I assume when she's in human form underneath her robes probably has nice tits too. We haven't seen them yet. She's in her whale form, in her orca form. The vest is covering her whale titties. So I can't.
Yeah, but I right when she was kind of introduced and they were hinting that, yeah, you're gonna have to talk to her.
Oh, I knew she was the Miko right away. Like she's obviously
she's the Miko. They were like, you're gonna have to go talk to the new Miko, and it's like it's 100% her. That's when I kind of quit. So I don't.
Oh yeah, that was episode 9. That was, Raftalia went to meet Shieldina and talk it out. That was 9. No, it was 8. That was 8. I just finished episode 9 and started episode 10. So I'm at the back half right now. I got a couple episodes to go, but it's been great. I've enjoyed. And that's the end of my anime for the season. And before we get back in Demon Slayer, I mentioned this to you the other day. My sleeper hit of the season, Water Magician.
Water Magician.
I'll
check it out. I saw the art and was like, you know what? I might check this out, but I cannot say the name of it. Trash anime is still
trash anime. I see that. I gotta wait for that to finish this season before I can watch it. So,
and you still have a long time because they just started the second half.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's this season, so I mean, it's 24 episodes, and was carryover from last season. So when this stuff ends at the end of next month in December, then I will catch up on trash anime.
You'll like it.
I probably will. Yeah. So that out of everything I've watched this season. I would say my real sleeper hit, the one that I think had the most meat to it and the most story to come, is Water Magician. And I almost forgot about it too. I for some reason it had still been airing and I went by it. And then somebody mentioned it in chat. And I'm like, oh yeah, Water Magician. I have to go back and get that one. And I'm glad I did. Great characters, interesting world. It's isekai, but they get away from it pretty quickly. And
I'll check it out.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my secret. That's my sleeper hit for the season. But no, we're here to talk though. Demon Slayer season 1. All right. I was a little late to the Demon Slayer camp when it came out. I remember because my desk was still on that side of the room when I first watched it. Mm-hmm. And Mugen Train wasn't out yet, so I did watch it. I think I did what I normally do. I waited until all 26 episodes were done, and then people have been talking about it. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to give this one a try. And boy, was I pleased when I finally got to it, because one, I love it when a first season is at least 26 episodes. More 24, at least 24, 26. That's great. Give us a little more than the normal. I love it when they go large on a first season, because that shows you they want to really give you as much as they can in the first outing, so you can really get into it. Because 12 episodes is just not enough sometimes for first season. Sometimes so we have to just live with it. 12, 13. But I love it when they give us a full 24, 26 episode season, because it really pulls me into the world. And prior to Mugen Train, I think I watched it all the way through twice prior to Mugen Train, because I remember when Mugen Train came out, I had to wait to get my hands on it because no showings around here at that time. Of course, it was also COOF, so it was COVID, so it was hard to go see it. And I rewatched all of season 1, and then I fired it up, and Mugen Train blew me away. Because like, wow, here we go. This is a movie quality animation, and it's the story. Like we're talking about, they decided, you know what, we're going to take this rather short arc which is it's real. The 6 episodes that it fits in the movie quite nicely. Yeah, they expanded it a little bit when
They cut some things out from the movie,
but they put it back in when they repurposed it for the full season.
And then they
The red
added
light
some
district.
stuff for the full season, like the whole box lunch and how he got it. That wasn't actually in the manga, but I don't
But
really give a shit.
that's you spread it out for season because then they had to have a first part before you got to Red Light District, which then was Red Light District, so good. But
to quote Static, possibly the greatest season of TV shows he has ever watched.
And Static thinks everything is fake and gay.
Yes.
So that's something. That's saying something. But so here we go. Season 1. All right, Derby, why don't you set it up for us? This is your choice this month.
Well, before I get into season 1, I want to just, similar to Adam, I came a little late to Demon Slayer. I think I actually started watching it after Mugen Train.
Really?
And the only reason was because, like, I was hearing people talk about it. I didn't have a way to watch it. Some bad shit happened in my IRL life. Then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there on Netflix just trying to find something to watch because I'm just trying to cope with stuff. And the next thing I'd see, Demon Slayer just added. So I was like, okay, I'll finally watch it. I binged the whole first season in a day.
Oh, I over a 2-day period, over like a 24, 36-hour period, I burned through the first season.
It was one sitting, and the reason it was one sitting is every time I went to like turn it off, it was like, I can't. I have to keep going. I have to keep going.
Each arc seamlessly transitions into the next one in this season. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. It's not just stopping. We're rolling over here. I can't stop. It's one of those ones where, I started 8 o'clock and, oh, shit, it's now 5 a.m.
I started having the same issue again today when I was like just trying to get recaps for season 1 just to remind myself of what order happened and what.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm watching it. It's like, shit, I can't stop it now. I can't stop it now. I can't stop it now. It's so seamless. And then I saw the Mugen Train, and I love Mugen Train. It's my favorite anime movie, and I don't like anime movies that much. Mugen Train is my personal favorite. But when it comes to season 1, what I love about Demon Slayer, and we've kind of both teed it up a little bit right now. Demon Slayer season 1 is this perfect, I call it a level up. Kind of like a level up or progression storyline where they openly tell you at the beginning, you're weak. You might be a little bit stronger than normal human beings. You're weak and kind of pathetic in the world that you're trying to get into.
Yeah. That's one of the things in my original watch through, and I've since watched season 1. I think I watched season 1 total of 3 times. I haven't seen season 2 more than the one time. Season 1 I've watched several times. But what I love the most is that Tanjiro, our protagonist, he actually has to train. And what I love the most, and the show does a great visualization of Tanjiro earning everything. He had everything taken away from him. Tanjiro not only earns his place, but he earns his skill. And one of my favorite visuals, and great for, I would assume, the manga, and great for the anime for always making sure you don't miss it, his hands.
Yep.
Tanjiro's hands are iconic for the series, for the wear and tear they've gone through. That shows his work ethic and what he did. And I love it that Tanjiro earned everything. He earned everything. He has nothing handed to him. He is as strong as he is because he worked at it. And I love that.
Worked at it, grew, went from literally 0 to hero. But even in the span of season 1, he's constantly earning that win. It is not just, hey, I'm going to walk into here and be able to just kick ass. It's, I need to think shit through, and I need to actually assert myself to figure shit out. So you see this progression steadily, even with the level of enemies that's being thrown at him. At the beginning, the first enemy that you see is a random demon that he can't even kill. And then you start just leveling that up slowly over time. Yes, he defeats a mutant, but that's because that mutant was as strong as that boulder that he was the only one ever able to actually cut after training to achieve that. But they also say that was the span of, I think that was 3 years.
Yeah, he was training for years.
Yeah.
He was
because I know for
training
sure
4 years.
they said it was 1 year prior to him tackling that boulder. I don't remember how long. I just watched it, but I don't remember quite how long it was for that entirety of the training from start to being inducted into the Demon Slayer Corps.
Mhm.
When it comes to like just the steady progression outside of the mutant, your first mission, you're going up against 3 demons that are abducting girls, and it's your first
And
encounter.
no backup.
No
No backup.
backup.
Just him.
Well, and Nezuko, but
Well, we'll talk about Nezuko.
We'll talk about. But it's no backup. You're out there on your own. You either succeed or you're gonna die. That's it. And it just steadily keeps progressing to stronger and stronger and stronger people, all the way up to Spider Dude, who is still. When you first see it, you're like, how?
He's lower 6.
Yeah, he's lower 6, and if I'm remembering right, lower 6 is the strongest of the lower ranks because I think they did it in reverse.
I think so. Well, no, I didn't mean lower 6. I meant like he's part of the lower 6. You know, he's not part of the upper. I don't remember what
strongest out of all the lower ranks.
I mean, he'd already faced Bongo Man, which had been a jettisoned lower numbers.
Yeah, he was jettisoned. He was no longer a lower number. He wanted his axis back, but I believe lower 6 was the weakest out of all of them, or the strongest. It was one of the two, because I don't remember if they did it in reverse.
No, it has to be ascending, because if the upper 6 are ascending order. So I mean,
I know they're ascending. But I thought they did it in reverse.
I thought 12 to 6, 12 is weakest and 6 would be strongest.
I need to double check on that stuff because they don't. That's one of the few things.
All right, 12 to 7. 12 to 7.
Yeah, that's one of the few things that they don't quite explain, like how the ranking of the lowers are. Because there's a lot of movement in the lowers. There's a lot of movement in the lowers. They're constantly shifting. And you don't really get much action with the lowers outside of like 3 fights. Yeah. They're important, don't get me wrong, but once you're done with them, he's just like, okay, you're all shit. You're not doing anything. I'm just gonna go with mine.
Well, that's a fantastic thing at the end of that season where it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm done with you lower ranks. I've been moving you guys around, upgrading, lowering guys for a while. Yet we know that the upper ranks, the upper the upper moons, I forget the terminology, excuse me, the upper moons, those guys have been locked in place for a long ass time. Mm-hmm. One through 4 anyway.
And Alpha Omega, I highly disagree that the manga is inferior to the anime. The manga is, I think, just as equal to the anime. The manga was made for dirt cheap, but it's such a still good story, and they finished it, and you can go read it right now.
Yeah, well, and I have resisted because I started with the anime, and I want to. It's one of those times where I don't need to go to the manga because the anime is going to be finished, and I will be patient, and I will wait. Just like I was waited. I have waited until this season to finish My Hero Academia. This season, I'm finally going to finish it. I have dodged just about every spoiler I can. I know a couple, but I dodged a lot of the major ones. So I'm going in essentially not spoiled. On
Silver tricked me into reading the epilogue.
Well, Silver's an asshole.
Yes, I love Silver. He's one of my best friends, but he's an asshole.
Yes. Silver and I have sparred several times on anime recently. Silver's an asshole when it comes to debating and arguing anime. He is an anime fan. I will not take that away from him. He likes anime, but he will do stupid shit to fuck with you. And he'll get into fights with me over shit that he shouldn't be getting into fights with me about. Because if you haven't watched it or read it, you have no leg to stand on. You know what I'm talking about. So, anyway, back topic. So, what I love about that, though, is you're right. There's one of the things that this season does well, since we're kind of talking about the strength of the upper and lower moons, the power scaling is done so well in this season. Because even with everything that Tanjiro does, he manages to somehow even tap into sun breathing by the end of it. Hino Kame Kagura. He taps into sun breathing, not even realizing that he knew it. And at the same time, Nezuko manages to sort of do it too by unlocking her demon blood art in that moment too. Even that wasn't enough to win that fight. And that is the best he could have done in that moment. He still needs to be come in and saved at the end by more experienced Hashira. And I love it. It's so good.
I love it all. They give you just tastes of what's to come.
The Hashira, how strong they are. And it's
I know it's in Mugen Train. That's not season 1, but you really see just the difference in power. Just full on.
And, not going too much into it, Tanjiro's journey over all these years, granted, once you get to Mugen Train and beyond, its time shrinks a little bit because it goes from years to months at a time because he's in recovery for several stages of this because Tanjiro takes a fucking beating at times, especially at the back half of season 1. Takes a beating. But he always comes back stronger, and he has to learn new things each time. Like season 2, we learn about the breathing and this and that. Or end of season 1 and season 2, we learned about extended breathing, holding the breath on, that kind of crap. But the power scaling is important. And Tanjiro, the leaps and bounds he manages to make as the time goes on, where now here we are at the end, and he is Hashira strength. Because unknowingly, again, spoilers for Infinity Castle, just to make my point, his dad had been teaching him stuff unknowingly for years. And then all the pieces come together.
I'm not saying a whole lot, but you're right. His dad unknowingly was teaching him stuff because of some things that you'll see next movie.
Yeah. I can guess
some really good shit. Good.
I can't, and I hope it's next year. I hope they're not going to push it to 27. I hope it's next year. I really do.
But what I also love, and this is they do start mentioning this in season 1. It's like just the small details is stuff that they care about a whole lot, like tiny little details about. Because I believe it's season 1 when they mentioned the boy with the sun earrings is what's going to
Hanafuda.
The Hanafuda earrings. That's the guy who's got to start killing you.
And that freaks Muzan the fuck out.
Yes. Like it's these small little details that you don't realize are super important. And again, as a guy who's finished it all multiple times, I'm looking back at it. It's going like, God damn, the story becomes so much better on a second watch through.
I'm looking forward to when all is said and done and all 3 Infinity Castle movies are done. I'm looking forward to getting a nice, tasty box set. I'm looking forward because I am 99.9% sure it's going to stick the landing for me. I'm 99.9% sure, which means it's going to go on the shelf once it's all available. And of course, I'm going to wait because I still think they're going to convert the 3 movies into a season of television. I still think they're going to do that.
They could do it. It'd be a long season. It would probably be
18 episodes. 18 episodes. If I do the math of the movies, 2.5 hours is between 5 and 7 episodes, depending on start time, end time, credits, stuff like that. So if you take it 6 times 3, we'll go to medium. 6 episodes per movie. That's 18. So it would be an 18 episode season if they did it.
I would like a proper single. Oh no, that would be just a few hours for the epilogue. The epilogue, I think, is what really seals the deal. Again, that's not season 1, but the epilogue is so good.
Point is, I think they're going to do it.
Also, like the other thing
they did with Mugen Train. That's why I'm saying they're going to do it. That's why I'm saying they set the precedent by expanding the movie. But back to season 1. See, it's the problem. We have material we can go forward with, and Dermy has to cut himself off. But I have an easy stopping point because I can stop at Infinity Castle.
I have to constantly keep biting my tongue, and it sucks.
Aren't you glad I at least watched Infinity Castle Part 1?
Yes, though? I am happy you watched it because my God, the thought of me have to sit here and wait till you watch all 3 of them to
that's before I understood that they were going to do a retarded release schedule possibly, and I thought I can't wait that long, and I didn't even want to wait this long until it's not going to be on streaming or digital until next year. First quarter,
because it's doing way too well.
It's made so much money.
Highest grossing anime movie. Highest grossing anime movie ever.
It made more money than Superman.
Yeah. Fuck ton more money. And when you take a look at Mugen, the only movie that was prior to this category being the highest grossing was Mugen Train. So it's just beating itself, and it's gonna keep beating itself.
Yeah.
I think the third one people might be a little sour on, but that's just because it's more or less one big battle.
I don't care. It'll be the battle against Muzan. I'm there. I'm there for it. No, I think each one of these movies is going to make more and more money at this point.
You know what?
I
You
think
might be right.
by the
Because I
time
think
you
a
get
lot
to
of
part
people got
3,
FOMO.
by the time you get to part 3 worldwide, it breaks $1 billion. By the time you get to part 3, I think it does.
I think a lot of people are getting FOMO because of just how big the Infinity Castle was, and like when I went to my rinky-dink little theater in Wichita, Kansas, I saw people cosplaying to go watch it. And I was kind of rolling my eyes, but at the same time, you're hearing more and more people are willing to do that for this, and it's like, you know what?
A couple people did wear a Tanjiro thing. I could see they were trying, but they were weirdo lookers. So I'm like,
I saw people with like a really good Nezuko outfit.
See, I went to a matinee and it already been a couple of weeks. It already been like a week or so, and there was like 6 people in there with me, and half of them were kids who wouldn't shut the fuck up the entire movie.
I think Demon Slayer is just going to keep growing, and I think there's some people getting a lot of FOMO because of just how popular it is.
This thing's going to make money for years to come. It's good. 2 more movies, and then a full, I say another season, then a box set, and then people are just going to keep buying the manga. So like, you know what? I have the anime, I want the manga, I want everything, and merch.
People buy the merch like crazy. You can see one of my Rengoku statues back there. I have Rengoku's sword back here. I've been wanting the box set for the manga. That's $300 right there. I want it because the box set is beautiful. When
I finally move, God willing, I move and I get a better studio. I make a better studio. I've said this. I have the dream of famous video game and anime swords that are my favorites. I want Tanjiro's endgame katana with Rengoku's guard on it. I want that. I want it. That's earned a place on the wall.
After reading the manga, I want almost every Hashiro's weapon. Almost. The only one I don't want is Butterfly Girl because I'm still not a fan of her.
Well, that's not really a katana. That's just it's
an insertion device.
Hey, you respect her.
I think her sister had bigger tits. Anyways,
she did.
Yeah. Back to season 1. God, it's like One Piece.
Hey, she has a great moment in season 1 at the end there.
She does a really sick, twisted moment that you're kind of like.
You learn you didn't know what her breathing technique was. It was poison at that point. You didn't know yet. You just like, she healed. She's helping out. She's a bit of a healer. No. She learned poison. And that's the thing. You don't know that until Infinity Castle. Why she's a poison Hashira.
And why she is some of the ways that she is until prior to Infinity Castle. You don't realize that she hates demons.
You don't know
these things. She's this very, when you first see her, she's all like smiley and like, hey, let's be friends. Oh, you did these awful things. No, she never wanted to be your friend. She wanted to straight up kill you.
Yeah.
The moment she saw you, she hated Nezuko even because she hates demons, period.
Yeah, but
she's a very angry little chick who's always smiling with dead eyes.
Oh man, I can't wait for these next 2 movies just because I got to see what happens on that part 2 fight for that one. Now that she got, spoilers. But all right, season one. I don't want to go through this step by step. I don't think that's necessary.
It's not necessary to go by it step by step.
Let's just talk about our favorite. Let's talk about favorite things then. Why don't we do that?
Favorite things?
I love Tanjiro's training arc. I love Tanjiro's training arc because it, like I said, it shows his work ethic and it shows him learning. And then when he takes the test, the true fear of being faced against an unexpected demon, because nobody knew that that thing had mutated to the way it was in there. Nobody knew.
His sensei, whose name is escaping me, I always want to call him Earl, but I know that's wrong. It's Oro or Uro. He had an inclination that thing.
Well, that's because
the way it was.
He'd unknowingly been sending his pupils to die for years in there, which is so sad that that it's so powerful that those ghosts were helping Tanjiro during this.
Well, also like he openly says like, I never had any inclination to ever send you to do this. I never wanted to because I'm so tired of seeing my children die.
Yeah.
Because he knew that this thing was happening in there, but he didn't know how to fight back against it. He didn't know what to do it because he can't go in there and kill it. Yeah. Nobody's allowed to go in there and kill it except for the trainees. So you have this monster of a creature walking around in there. So yeah, it is so fucking awesome to see Tanjiro have to use all of his training to do that.
Yeah, and but the whole concept is powerful. And then Tanjiro facing this creature and realizes, silly, oh my god, this is, I've trained hard for this, but what do I do? What do I do? And then remember your training.
Yeah,
remember your training.
Always remember your training. Personally, my favorite part of season 1, I want to do like the stereotypical, it's the spider mountain. I can never remember the correct name of the mountain because that's its own arc. I actually like the mansion. The mansion going up against Bongo Guy.
Bongo Man?
Yeah, because you start
get Zenitsu.
You get Zenitsu, you get Inosuke, you get almost everybody's there. That's their first like real mission together.
And the batshit craziness of that trio.
Yes, they are so mismatched.
Yeah.
They don't work together. Zenitsu doesn't really even use his breathing techniques yet because he really can't. He's not capable. You get Inosuke running around just doing Inosuke shit. And Tanjiro being Tanjiro. And they are so mismatched, but they are the perfect team.
Yeah.
And I love that because you finally get them just teamed up for the first time. And they go out there. And I get it. Okay, technically their first one's the mountain. That's when they're supposed to be teamed up.
But they don't team up. I mean, Tanjiro wins that fight. The other ones just survive. I mean, remember, Zenitsu's whole thing is like, yeah, I hid the entire time.
Yeah. He hid the entire time, and you just see like their quirks,
the shame
working out,
the shame of it.
Well, the shame of Zenitsu, but Zenitsu's still the best character.
Well, we don't get this. Here's the thing, Zenitsu. I love Zenitsu as character, and he does so much good stuff in the seasons leading up to Infinity Castle. We don't get the meat until Infinity Castle. We don't know anything until Infinity Castle with him,
and that's why he becomes one of my favorite characters. Like there's a hierarchy.
I mean, I don't like to overuse terms, but Zenitsu's face literally is the poster boy of locking it the fuck in for Infinity Castle. That's locked in.
You're also. I also love how like Inosuke, he ends up showing off like his swords. He wasn't even meant to be a breather. He's completely like unknowingly a part of this. He's just doing it for the hell of it. And he has these swords that he broke. He joined the thing out of accident just to attack.
Yeah.
So he's so unconventional.
And he's a pretty boy.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy.
And I don't remember, is it this season or is it season 2 we learn about what he can actually do moving his organs around? That is
you learn about it mainly this season. You do learn about him doing it because he shows off that he can like dislocate his body a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't realize just how much you can dislocate until season 2.
He is so messed up, and I love him. Yeah, I love him for it. He's insane.
That's the other part is like every character in this entire show gets so much detail, so much written about them. They are all full-fledged individuals. And unique. You can just pick, they're so unique from each other. And I know this is partially the spin-off manga, which is a prequel manga, and some of what you get in later seasons, like the difference between some of the Hashira, even like Rengoku to the water guy, where there's actually supposed to be like kind of partners in what they do, but they have so different personalities. Rengoku's very loud and boisterous, while the water guy is very calm and kind of shut in. So you see these like very good dynamics that they constantly throw at you that everybody's constantly living. And I fucking love Demon Slayer. I don't know who hates I have
some
not
people
yet
do.
To meet somebody who hates Demon Slayer.
Yes, we have. Kratos hates it.
Oh, that's because he's retarded.
Kratos hates it.
Well, that's because he's retarded.
It's like we know somebody.
Okay, I have yet to find somebody with an actual criticism for Demon Slayer. How about that? And not somebody who's retarded who wants to say, oh, when the demons die, it slows down for
All right,
drastic
let's talk
measures.
about. All right. This is the other thing that I think is so brilliant about this franchise, especially season 1, because season 1 puts it on display for you, especially with the Spider Moon, the Lower Moon Spider One. We don't remember these names. These are a lot of these names are serious Japanese names at times that I forget. So you gotta forgive me. You learn what I love about this is that outside of Muzan and a couple of other exceptions, like the one from Swordsmith Village arc, that little bastard.
The 2 from Swordsmith.
Yeah. The demons are as much victims as anybody, because once Muzan corrupts them, they literally lose themselves. They lose who they were. They lose their hopes, their dreams, their previous lives, memories. And when they are dying and their lives return, they're literally flashing before their eyes as they're dying, you understand they are as much a victim. And that is so powerful to me with this franchise. I love that, because you want to hate these guys. They've done horrible things. You realize, oh shit, they were victims too. They didn't choose this.
There's only
they didn't know what they were getting into.
Yeah. As far as I'm like, again, this is, you haven't even got here in the anime, but they do end up at, like, in the movies, they start. This isn't like a huge spoiler what I'm about to do. It's just more confirmation. Muzan's just a being of death and destruction.
He's malevolence. He's pure malevolence.
He is just pure evil. He does not give a fuck. He is out for him and him alone.
Yeah, he's all about evolving himself to be a god, essentially.
He doesn't give a shit. So when he goes around and he takes somebody, he's corrupting him partially out of his own pleasure, but just in the hope
his experiment for being a daywalker. For lack of a better term, he wants to be a daywalker.
Yep. He's just constantly hunting down which one will be the daywalker, and he's connected to almost every demon out there. So the moment one does become a daywalker or finds the flower that he's hunting for or doing any of the stuff, he'll immediately grab it. So that's also why he's doing it. So because he just doesn't give a fuck. It's not like outside of the fuckers from Sword Village arc and 2 more guys that we haven't seen quite yet. Almost everybody is unknowingly picking up this path and has been led down a path of badness.
Essentially, like 7 out of the 12 are victims. 7 out of the 12 essentially are victims. Yeah, maybe 8 out of the 12 are victims. Somewhere around 7, 8 out of 12 victims. So, and it's the character work, the depth of the storytelling, the relationships are all done so well. Even the fast ones, like jumping ahead, Mugen Train, Tanjiro and Rengoku. Short time, but Rengoku has such a powerful impact on Tanjiro that he carries those lessons. And the reader too. Oh yeah. That he carries carries that.
Rengoku went from being this loud, boisterous, kind of annoying person that you meet for the first time at when you see all the Hashira gathered to judge not Inosuke, but Tanjiro and Nezuko.
In that moment, I was just focusing on the love Hashira's tits, and I realized, oh, there's my waifu. There's my waifu right there.
And, like, when you see the Hashira for the first time, you're just like, this guy is loud and annoying. And then you do Mugen Train, he became one of the fan favorite characters that people still love to this day. That's why there's a lot of Rengoku statues running around out there.
The thing is, though, when you realize you watch Mugen Train and then you watch Vinny Castle, he was never going to win that fight. Now that you know the secret of who he was fighting in that. So.
Nobody was going to win that fight, really.
Only Tanjiro. And even then, in the movie, he's so gassed he can't finish it. And the only one that's getting Vinny Castle, we can't talk about it. They're not there yet.
And so Alpha Omega, real quick, I'll actually accept that criticism. When I said real criticism, I'm going to say Kratos' criticism is that it slows down to talk about the demon's story and to learn that they are just as much a victim as everybody else. Like, nobody is safe from this pure malevolent thing. And that's his criticism. I'm like, that's not real criticism. That's just being retarded. I think your criticism is valid. I just
The
kind of disagree.
only element of that I can't really see is JoJo's just fucking retarded anime. I'm sorry.
I'm not a JoJo fan.
JoJo's
I'm not a
retarded
JoJo
shit.
fan.
That shit ain't serious at all. So I mean,
JoJo is just a parody of anime, and people love it for that. And it's like, I don't like JoJo.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I'd have to work a little bit to see how it's derivative of Yu Yu Hakusho. I can see where it could be derivative of Bleach, of course. Katana shapes, fighting styles, that kind of stuff. It's shown in derivative nature.
I can understand Yu Yu Hakusho because of the same kind of like progression through it all and training required. Hunter x Hunter, I haven't watched enough to know
I've
that one.
seen it all the way through, and I've read up to a certain point in the manga. I stopped the manga because then dude got sick and stopped working for a long time, middle of the whale arc. So I got just like, I can't do this right now. I'm not going to wait. So I could maybe again with the training purposes of Hunter x Hunter in terms of training and progression and calculating villains and stuff like that. But I'm not little pieces. So I mean, there's a discussion to be had there of that list, but I could see bits and pieces of kind of what you're saying.
I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter in years, and the last time I watched it, I think I just got done with Phantom Troop for the first time. So when I hear people go like, "Oh yeah, Phantom Troops are actually good guys," it's like, wait, what?
I haven't. Last time I checked, they were still bad on the whale. They were. I mean, granted, it's been a couple of years since I stopped reading because of the delayed nature of the releases, because the manga artist, the mangaka, has been ill for a long time. But last time I checked, they were still villains. Maybe something happened that I don't know about.
They were saying that they're more like heroes because of like the ant battle.
Oh no, fuck that. People. Fuck that. No, that's bullshit. No, Phantom Troop are fucking murderous monsters. And the ant lions, or the Chimera ants, they were, some of them were horrible villains. Like their main leader was just trying to cope with life, and he was trying to find the limits. He was trying to get answers. The cat Chimera ant, she was a fucking villain. She was evil, and Gon doing what he did to destroy her, killing himself. That was intense and powerful. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't know if Hunter x Hunter is ever going to be finished with the way it's going.
That's why I also have never decided to go back to watching, because it's like, if it's never going to be finished, I'm not going to get.
Well, I had to pull.
Last time I got invested into something that will probably never get finished, even though they're progressing through it, was Berserk.
Well, that's a different situation. Point is, with Hunter x Hunter, they've been stuck on the whale ship arc as they're traveling for so long, and that's been a boring fucking arc. It's boring as shit. It's not entertaining because Kilika is a good character, but I can't get behind him being the center of the story. I just can't. I was there for Gon and with the Lightning Kid's name, I don't remember. I was there for them. They were the characters I was following. They were the characters I was invested in. Kilika has a good story hunting down the Phantom Troop, but I'm not as invested in him as I am. I'm not invested in him as I am with Gon and his buddy, the Lightning Kid from the Assassin family. I'm not as invested. And that whale arc story where they're on now is just taking so long with these royal families and their political maneuverings and murder and killing. Hopefully it's gotten better, and hopefully they've near the end of it. Maybe one day I'll go back. And of course, I mean, if it's not going to be finished, I don't know if I'm going to invest in more time. Because as far as I know,
I'll go Fairy Tail over Hunter x Hunter.
The 1,000-year ever end, or is that still going?
I think it's still going.
Yeah, I tapped out after about halfway through. At the time, they had just finished with the water dragon, and they were fighting all of Fairy Tail, who were under control of the White Witch. And after they won that fight, that's when I stopped reading and realized I can't read this anymore. I like it, but I can't just wait till it's done. So with Fairy Tail, I'm best waiting till it's all done before going back. I mean, listen, Hiro Mashima, that dude is one of the fucking goats. He draws the best breasts in the business.
Oh, always. 100%.
The dude knows how to draw the female body and make it glorious.
I know this is, we are far from Demon Slayer, but I have to say this real quick. When I went to Matsura. Anime Matsuri back, I want to say this was the second year I went, when Chrissy Mayer had her fucking panel at an anime convention, and several of the girls got up there and said, yeah, we hate anime. One of the girls that said that they hate anime said, well, I find I hate anime because of all the gratuitous, boobies and the way they draw women. But you know what? I love Fairy Tail because I feel like Fairy Tail's making a parody of it and joking about it the entire time. It's like, no.
There's a scene at one point where Natsu and everybody they're at a hot springs, and they're making declaration. And for some reason, Natsu and Urza are in the same bath area. And Urza trips and falls down and is ass up. And Natsu is standing right behind her and his towel falls off. And the others walk in and it looks like they're going at it. And everybody, it's glorious. And everybody loses their shit. And of course, Urza beats the shit out of Natsu, which of course he knew was going to happen. But no. Hiro Mashima, I think I'm getting this last time around. I've been a while to look at it. He is a master of drawing the female body, and it's not a parody. It's no. He is glorifying the female body. Lucy's tits, Urza's tits, all their tits. There is not with the exception of Levi, there's not a flat-chested woman in that anime and manga. They all have massive tits. It's glorious. I love it.
And I answered your thing, Alpha Omega. I remember that panel way too well, and it is still like, why
tourists?
Yeah.
All right, we'll put a pin in that. Come back there. Let's finish up discussing.
You also had Melanie Mack on that panel.
That's a very telling at the time. We just didn't know it, did we?
Yeah.
Just didn't know it. Back to Demon Slayer. Let's keep going a little bit more with this because like I said, the demons are. We were originally talking about how the demons are just as much victims, but it's also glorious. We talk about it. It's a shonen, but it's easily one of the best choreographed shonen series I've ever seen. The animation for the fight scenes are next level in this show. Next level, and I love every second of it. I love it when I can just lose myself in a fight and realize, oh, you're not reusing stuff. It's freshly drawn, freshly meticulously planned out for every fight. It's great.
Every animation is thought through, moved properly. It is hard to read mangas like this as well because I always
I prefer the animated version. Just enjoy the motions.
Yeah, because it is always so beautiful. It might be difficult to read it, but the art is top notch. Every frame is always new and unique, which is not what you're used to in some of the prior shonen. That is I think that has really only become a standard in the past couple of years where they're no longer reusing frames to cheat. So it is why it has its staple for all the care that is given. And I will say this, I do think Demon Slayer is up there with some of the best anime. Might be a rung or two down from like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
It needs to finish. Yeah. You can never and you know why I say this, exactly. You can never compare anything to FMAB until it's done. Now, of course, now listen, Demon Slayer has as many episodes as Brotherhood. Brotherhood has 64 episodes. With the movies, it's actually going to have more runtime count than FMAB. It'll have long runtime. So I think it'll be up there in the conversation of these types of character-driven, goated action anime. Because also, one of the things is to just compare it. You love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because Ed and Al are such good characters, easy to relate to, powerful stories. Tanjiro is a fantastic protagonist. He is a good guy who's aware of his flaws, who's aware of his fears, who is doing everything to save the last member of his family alive, to save his sister. It's all to save his sister. It only becomes vengeance later as he gets closer to Muzan and understands what's going on and gets more involved in that world and realizes the damage, the horror, the terror that monster is inflicted on the world and good people. But Tanjiro is Mr. Good Guy. And you don't get enough of that these days.
He is a modern day Captain America. And I bring this up because Captain America, he's an archetypal character, you know, the Boy Scout, the guy that always does the good thing, never wants to do the bad thing, good shoulder, everything like that. And you could do the same for like Superman, Captain America, all these guys. This is the character he is. He doesn't have these like questions of consciousness. He's always, or not consciousness,
The right conscience.
Yeah, he is always straight and narrow, and that
his morality is
guy.
centered. There's no wavering morality. Tanjiro does the right thing every time. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That is also, I completely forgot. This is why I like to rewatch some of this stuff as well, especially for this. They established that right away, that he's just a good dude. Because he goes down to the village to help, you know, to sell off charcoal.
Just taking care of his family.
Just taking care of his family. And then the everyday villagers are there like, hey, could you help me? Could you help me? Could you help me? And he's just going around helping people. Not really looking for anything but to help his family and be a good guy. And that really does set the standard, and something that we don't get. We don't get a lot of that anymore. Even in anime, you don't have like that just true good guy. And I'll even say like in My Hero Academia, which I think will end up being on equal footing as this, you don't have that true good guy in that like for the whole time.
I mean,
like,
Deku goes down a pretty dark arc at one point.
Deku goes down that dark arc. You don't have that with
no
Tanjiro. You don't have that at all.
I mean,
he's there to be good.
During one of the best things of the Hashira training arc is his effect on everybody there, good or bad. Some of the Hashira hate him, but the ones that are just these, you feel like they're miserable people. They see him, "Hi, Tanjiro. Hi, it's Tanjiro." I love at the beginning of I guess, is it Hashira training arc or is it Swordsmith Village? The way the Love Hashira just charges down the stairs, titties swaying.
Swordsmith. It's Swordsmith.
Okay, beginning of Swordsmith. Yeah. As she just charges down, Tanjiro, and here she comes, and it's just, first you're mesmerized because her giant boobs are about to fly out of her kimono. But then, of course, just the connection. And then, of course, it's just when during Hashira training, they get together. Yay! We're having fun! Yay! It's the relationships, the goodness that Tanjiro brings out in people. Unless it's the Wind Hashira who just wants to cut him to pieces.
There's a reason for that.
And also the Steak Hashira who wants to cut into pieces because the Love Hashira pays too much attention to him.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that.
That's just pure jealousy. It's like,
it's pure jealousy. It is, again, I can't spoil it, but it is. Yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
He has no reason to be jealous, is what I'm gonna say there. He has no reason to be jealous.
No. Oh yeah. No. Tanjiro. Listen. As great as it would be for good old fashioned porn, no, she's not. Tanjiro is like a little brother to her. It's not sexual.
Okay, I'll spoil this. She has a thing for him. She has a thing for Snaky Guy.
Well, yeah, obviously.
You saw that kind of in the Infinity
thing. Oh yeah,
arc.
definitely. Yeah,
they have a thing for each other, but they don't know how to say they have a thing for each other.
Yeah, because she has this. Because you learn in her backstory in Sword Village, she has this stupid perception that she's an ogre. And when she's beautiful.
She is beautiful, but everybody thinks she's an ogre because her muscles are like interlaid so much that she's just super strong. And then the Snake Guy, his story is actually like, damn. Same with the Wing Guy. You're like, damn. That's also the best part. Tanjiro's the moral center. He's always the good guy. It's everybody else who have like the faults, the issues. So they look at Tanjiro to lead them in more or less of uncertain terms. So they look to him to hope that they can be better. Because he's not a Hashira. He's just this everyday dude.
Yeah,
in the grand scheme of things.
He just happens to be in the end as strong as a Hashira because of who and what he is. But yeah, so these characters, it makes it so much better when these characters have so much depth, and that's one of the things that I raise my eyebrow at those who are critical of this, who say it's just shown in slop. It's like, did you actually watch it? Do you understand that these are some of the deepest characters we've seen in years in a show? That these are some of the deepest, most heart-wrenching writing you've seen in storytelling in a long time. I mean,
This isn't like a Pokemon where everybody's just gonna be friends.
let's
This
be
isn't like a Yu-Gi-Oh where
friends.
this isn't like a Yu-Gi-Oh where there's some deeper writing in Yu-Gi-Oh, but in the grand scheme of things, people just want to see the monsters fight. This
Yeah.
isn't something like that. This is very thoughtful, very thought out, and it is giving you like a classic kind of samurai story where you are watching somebody progress through life
Mhm.
and having to deal with overcoming something that is true adversity.
Yeah. And doing it all for his sister, who has been hypnotized into thinking everybody's Tanjiro, so that she doesn't go crazy.
I forgot about that. I saw
Yeah,
that.
you forget that. I mean, that kind of gets forgotten as you go into the seasons. That Tanjiro Sensei hypnotized her into thinking everybody was Tanjiro, so that she will treat them not as food, resist her urges.
Oh, I remember that awesome scene, and I just watched it, but I forgot it. And now I'm thinking about it. That scene where you have her staring at the dead body and the corpse is there for the first time, drool dripping down her face because the demon side's taking over. Tanjiro starts getting beat up, and she just swings in to go try to fight the demon and kill it because she cares about Tanjiro. She cares about her family above all else.
She's clinging to her humanity. And then of course, and it's great. And Nezuko's a fascinating character as well. But she's kind of just along for the ride in season 1.
Season 1, you're right. She's more so along for the ride. She does some fights here or there, but it's nothing too crazy until the mountain. What Nezuko's real goal in season 1 is to more or less break the Demon Slayer's thought process on what a demon is.
How could be angry at this tiny little chibi? How can you be angry at that?
But it's at the same time, they all have like a stigma against demons where they think that they're all evil.
It is so cute when she goes into chibi form. I find it. It's like let's go shrink down, get in the box.
I remember when Demon Slayer was at its peak. I would say it's like true peak after Mugen Train, and there were videos of Chibi Nezuko just running for 10+ hours.
The only thing that does bug me about season 1 is all the time Tanjiro fights with the box on his back. That does bug me from a fighting style sense, but then it also attributes to his strength that he's able to fight with a box and Nezuko on his back.
I think it doesn't make sense fighting style because it's more bulk, but it also, they do say it's light as practically a feather. Like, it's super lightweight.
I just don't like the concept of it, and I'm glad that they get away from it the longer the story goes on. They tend to move away from it for more and more. But Nezuko doesn't really start to have more until Mugen Train, where she's key to breaking Tanjiro out of his reverie, and he's trapped in
Mugen Train, and then Red Light.
Red Light, when she
ages up and is an adult.
Yeah, that's adult form. That's not child. That's an adult. Big old titties.
Yes, big old titties.
Tiggle bitties.
God. And Red Light is also it is possibly the best art.
Oh, Red Light. I mean, that's why I put that sequence in the intro, because that sequence when Tanjiro locks it in that one moment is fire, literally fire. And I love that sequence. Red Light is so good. Also, just get another great Hashira, the sound Hashira. And of course, he wins life. Look at his wives.
He's still such a good at Hashira.
Oh, I love it. I love it in Infinity Castle. Spoiler, sorry. We are the last line of defense. One guy who's a busted up drunk, and the other one who's got one eye and one arm. But we are the last line of defense.
I also love it because it's like the drunk he's starting to Tanjiro had an effect on him.
Yeah.
Seeing Tanjiro, it had an actual effect on him, which is, again, the moral center. He has an effect on everybody around him. So he quit being a drunk and is there. He's not as strong as his son, but he's there to do his job.
Yeah. So Demon Slayer season 1, it truly is one of the best first seasons of an anime you're ever going to get. From terms of storytelling to adventure, highs and lows, character work, choreography, an interesting world that gets developed. The idea of breathing to somehow give yourself the strength to fight these creatures that you should not have any right to stand up against. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, the idea of breathing isn't unknown. Like depending on how good of a breathing you get when you are even like working out, controlling your breathing can help you do stuff. So like that is real world esque.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
water style, fire style, these things. But that's where you get the fantasy aspect of it.
Sun style.
But it's great, and it's fun every time, and Demon Slayer is a phenomenon, the likes of which we haven't seen before in anime. Some people want to claim certain anime phenomena. Nothing ever like this. I mean, yeah, Dragon Ball is the foundational standard of normie or doors for people to get into anime, but Demon Slayer truly took the world by storm.
The anime came out at the perfect time because of lockdown. The manga was already done. It took the world by storm. People have loved this thing to death, and it really helps show the difference in the difference of caliber we are getting compared to the West right now.
Yeah,
like the storytelling and everything. Like you could go, One Piece is a phenomenon, but One Piece is just so big,
that's a different,
it's bulky, it's not easy to get into. Dragon Ball Z is shonen slop. I'll say it. It's shonen slop. It's not really that
battle cries and power-ups.
Exactly. Then you get like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because of what we just talked about. Not a whole lot of people want to get into Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Demon Slayer is like the best of everything put into this perfect little series that can easily get a normie involved and go like, I want to keep watching. I want to keep watching.
And it's pure fun. It's pure fun. So Demon Slayer season 1, if you've got 61 episodes of seasons, I'm sure we'll cover season 2 at some point. And those of us who are up to date are eagerly awaiting Infinity Castle Part 2. Hopefully next year, not the rumors of 2027 and 2029, which still doesn't make sense to me.
It's the only way for 2027 to make it make sense is if it's January 2027. That's the only way for it to make sense.
Or if they're just starting it, and I can't believe they are just starting it.
No, there's no physical way,
because it's been done. You're not waiting for anything.
They would have started it the moment it probably hit theaters, which it was in theaters 3 months before it hit America.
July. It was in Japan, I think, since July. I'm pretty sure July or August.
I think it was July is what I think it was. So they probably started working on it then, which they don't have a whole lot that they need to do. If not, they were working on it when the first trailers were coming out. It's pretty, if they do this smart, which a lot of these companies have been doing this smart, it's while it's on its run, we're going to be doing maybe the middle parts of the next thing.
Yeah. And so and it's going to make, like you said, it is more successful than a lot of things in the West. It is, let me look it up. I haven't looked it up in a while. Last
I saw it has blown Superman out of the water.
Oh, a long time ago. I just want to know what its current numbers are. Still here. Here we go.
Hollywood's looking at Demon Slayer and go like, I hate you.
It's currently at current total $668 million on its I believe was $20 million budget.
Something like that, yeah.
$15-20 million budget. So it's made the most profit out of anything this year. And Superman tapped out at $615 million worldwide, and as the truth is coming out now, it was nowhere near its break even.
Yeah, which everybody in Hollywood, and I know they were talking about on FNT, nobody understands what truly is happening here with anime and why people are gravitating towards anime. They hate it. They want to throw it away. And if they do tackle it, they're doing it in a disservice and they aren't actually tackling the source material and what people want from it.
Yeah.
They look at anime with disdain, and it's because anime is just better. It's just better.
And certain people have a certain Western elitism that they don't understand. Anime and manga, they don't get why it is so successful. They just they go, oh, it's just a cartoon. No, it's not. It's not just a cartoon. It's animated stuff, and frankly, it holds up a lot better than a lot of things because frankly, you can do more. You
It
can do
was
more.
2 weeks ago. I was watching Timcast, and one of the guys was on there was like, "I wish Japan would quit this anime stuff and start re-embracing their noble samurai heritage." And I'm sitting here watching Demon Slayer again. It's like, this is their noble samurai heritage. Be a good fucking dude with honor. Right here, and it's their biggest anime right now.
I mean, that's good transition to, I guess, the next topic here, the serious topic before we have fun with One Piece. Anime fans, real weebs, real fans, all we want to do is talk about this shit. You bring it up, we hear the thing we like, we instantly just want to talk about it. Just want to talk about it. We're on the phone with it. We want to, if it's something that isn't done, if we're all cut up, we want to theorize. We want to talk about how we watch it. We want to rewatch it a lot. Sometimes I spread out a lot of my rewatches. I don't like to clump it up too close together.
I'm rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh for crying out loud.
I've done Yu-Gi-Oh all the way through about 2, maybe 3 times in my life. Basic Yu-Gi-Oh, not the continuation.
This is like 10.
Yeah, well, you played the card games. I never got into that, so I only played like 1 or 2 of the video games. Point is, I will rewatch stuff, but because I love it, and when I can find somebody who actually is enjoying talking about this stuff, I love to talk about it. I have been into anime ever since I first saw Voltron and Robotech, and those are, some would say, bastardized versions of their Japanese counterparts, but whatever. It was still anime put on broadcast television as regular cartoons for kids, but the animation style, the storytelling, even if it was bastardized like Robotech off Macross, it spoke to me. It touched something in me that went to sleep for years until video stores became bigger things and Blockbuster had its wall of anime. And then, of course, I go into Suncoast Video and I blindly buy Record of Lotus War because it has fantasy on it. I'm like, oh, Dragon's Knights, it looks cool. And then, of course, Toonami and Adult Swim make it easier to access it on television. And then suddenly the floodgates open and it becomes easier and easier as the years go on with the anime. And then I, even though I've been an anime fan ever since I was a little kid, as the years go on, I broaden my tastes. So I have been there my entire life, more so in the past 15 years than ever before. And especially when I had downtime, when I was 2016, 2017, when I was in recovery from health reasons, I dove head first. I needed things to watch. I was laid up, either games to play or things to watch. And I watched so much anime. I found a free streaming site and I just went to one thing after another. Things I had seen, things I hadn't seen, things I was recommended to by other buddies who are into anime. So you got to watch this. And I just consumed so much, more than I ever had. And then we got to the current day where you find ways to get anime, because as I look at it now, because I was doing it long before Crunchyroll, Crunchyroll wasn't always there. You had to use fan subs to get new releases from Japan. And One Piece is one of those ones that I constantly every week had to watch it when it was coming out. I managed to catch up to One Piece right as Water 7 was being animated for the first time. That's when I fully caught up to the anime after a power watch for about 3 or 4 months, including one of the worst. I know you hate it by itself. Imagine watching Skypiea with one of the worst fan subs ever possible.
Oh, God,
imagine,
that sounds atrocious.
And in the worst quality, like the picture's this big, the quality is shit. Imagine going through Skypiea with a horrible translation, with horrible quality, but just getting through it. So, but I did that, and because I was into it. So I was so into it at that point. So I've been around. I've been a fan of anime for so long. So I am no tourist. But I don't consider myself an elitist, because I accept that all anime exists, and I don't. And also because, with exception like you and a couple of people, I generally don't care what anybody's opinion is on anything, and I don't care to have highbrow weeb conversations. because I have been subjected to anime elitism. When one point I said, and you understand what I'm about to say now. When I said, yeah, I really like Gundam Seed. You're a seedling.
Yeah.
That's
well, you take. I know and this is a little different. It's not quite anime elitism. It is, I'd say, IP elitism as well, because I'm so used to that within like the Pokemon spaces and stuff like that. And I saw it all recently, both tourists and the elites coming out to just fight for Pokemon Legends Z to A, and I'm just like, it's a good game. We don't need to be acting like this. We don't need to be acting like it needs to be something different, or you need to try to shove your trans in there. Holy fuck, that actually happened. But anyways, like I'm sick of both of them, more or less, because the elitism, I get thrown in there because I know a lot about these animes and I fight with tourists. And I hate the elites. The elites are fucking awful. They are the worst thing.
If you don't like it the way they like it, they turn their nose down at you.
Yes. It is some of the most insufferable ways, because I'm more than willing to let people come in as long as they don't try to change it and move it to what they want. The elites want you to do it exactly the way they want. And if you don't do it's like tourists, but on steroids and in the more atrocious ways. So
So you say that, and this article came out last month. Anime tourism isn't the problem. Elitism is.
No,
anime isn't dead, but some fans are. No, they're both a problem. And I feel like this is written by a tourist. So let's read this.
100%.
Every community that grows eventually forgets what it felt like to be small. Anime used to be a secret handshake, something whispered out in school hallways, traded on burned CD. Try burned VHSs. Try burned VHSs.
I mean, that's what Alpha Omega just pointed out in the chat in 1998.
Or you're me at the wee hours of Saturday morning finding Akira Toriyama's Dragon Quest anime. They only dubbed 12, 16 episodes of it and never the rest of it. And that was one of my white whales for 20 years, 30 years, 30 years. That was a white whale for me, which I finally did find thanks to YouTube.
I was growing up in early 2000 when anime was kind of starting to hit its peak and its stride and getting more and more popular. It was still very niche and very hard to find.
Yeah. You don't know what it's like to go to Blockbuster and basically within a few months just watch everything on the Blockbuster wall for anime, and then you got nothing. And then you start buying stuff. Like I started buying the Project A-ko VHSs. The very first thing I bought when I was 16 and got my first job working in an Italian deli. My first paycheck. You want to know what I went and bought? I went out and bought all of Record of Lotus War on VHS. That's what I did with my hard-earned first-time money. Working it, not money that I earned doing odd jobs for my parents, but money I got paid for by work. I bought anime. That's what I did.
I mean, like when I was getting to that point, like when I could afford to go out and buy stuff, Walmart was just starting its wall of anime. It was just starting. So you had very little to pick from, and it was always what was the most popular thing that timeline.
Yeah.
So that once you got like Tokyo Ghoul and all that stuff, then it was like, okay, what do I pick? Nothing's there that I want to watch.
And we aren't at that point yet where it wasn't until the past decade where the manga shelves took over Barnes and Noble and pushed the American comics into two small shelves, because guess what? It was better. And it was finished. It was finished. And listen, no shade thrown at those who like Western American comics, Marvel, DC, that stuff. Here's a problem comparatively, though they never end. And when you look at the manga shelf, all these volumes, it's a complete story, beginning to end.
In the grand scheme of things, like the real last anime boom, I know a lot of people say it was because of COVID. It was starting in like 2016. 2016 was when it was really starting, and that's when like a lot of companies were starting to like invest into it.
You just looked, all you had to do was walk into Barnes and Noble or be Dalton or any of them and look at the manga shelves growing. I remember I was watching Rave Master, and the anime ended, cut up short. Again, Hiro Mishima. And I realized, here's the manga. Oh, there's more. And I remember standing in a B. Dalton trying to figure out, because this is like pre-internet database shit where people would catalog where an anime ends and a manga begins if the anime came short. Trying to figure out where did it pick up in the manga. Because I couldn't tell, because I didn't know. There are all these volumes. I had nowhere where to go. It would be years before I would find it online, and then I would finish up with a horrible fan scanlation. The translation was god awful, but I got the gist of it. So I finally did finish Rave Master, or Groove Adventure Rave, if you want to give it that proper title. Yeah. So we're talking about CDs that you can instantly. To me, it dates this person right here. Mm-hmm. It dates them. They are 20 teens, early mid 20 teens, and I'm not going to maybe call you a tourist, but you're not old school, and I'm not going to call that not being elitist. All right, so traded on burned CDs and defended against ridicule. Okay, first of all, it was a culture built by outcasts who found meaning in stories that the mainstream ignored. I never suffered outcast treatment for liking anime.
I did.
I never did. All right, you
did.
I didn't.
Growing up in rural Kansas, when the people I grew up with, heard I liked anime, they were like, "Why you listen to that Chinese animation shit? Why aren't you listening to like what we're watching, like Walking Dead or things of that nature?" And I'm over here like, because this is actual storytelling and it's interesting and compelling. And then I would constantly get ridiculed. I was thrown to a corner. Silver, two other guys, and one girl who was a whore. They were the only people that liked anime in our entire school.
And I mean, maybe because of, obviously I was more in a suburban environment, not rural Kansas like you are, but also my friends liked it, and no one cared what we did outside of school when I was a kid. And also at the same time, Toonami was just catching on. I mean, Sailor Moon had already been airing on USA Network for a bunch of years, like original Sailor Moon. And then suddenly Toonami caught on and the internet started to become a bigger thing. And you had things like the Save Our Sailors campaign, which I was a part of, to try and get them to localize the rest of R, S, Super S, and Stars, and all that, and the movies and all that kind of stuff. So it was becoming normalized by, I would say, 96, 97, 95, 96, 97. It was becoming more normalized because Toonami, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, all that kind of stuff. And then in 99, 2000, 2001, with Adult Swim and Gundam Wing, and showing the blood when you go to Gundam Wing, or Adult Swim Midnight Watch, where it's Gundam Wing episode. Oh, but look, here's all the blood. So they started showing stuff, and it had been a decade's march, but it was breaking through at that point. So I never experienced any of that because no one cared. No one cared what I did, and the internet was bringing people together, true fandoms together. Now that same culture fills stadiums, dominates streaming platforms, and trends across social media daily. But with that success came a strange bitterness. The very people who once begged for anime to be accepted are now the ones resenting how popular it's become. Well, because probably figs like you are okay with localizations destroying the meaning of the original creators. Maybe that's why.
We're getting tired, and again, I'm taking this to Pokemon. I'm getting tired of people taking Pokemon and using the individual Pokemon like Gardevoir, who looks more feminine, and purposely making it the male version of Gardevoir because it can do that. It was made when it was male and female. Mm-hmm. Making it a male, putting it all the way up to Megas, where it has this big dress as a male, and go like, "I'm out to transition all your kids."
There it is.
Doing shit like that. Yeah. That's what we're sick and tired of, is the people that are purposely taking our franchises, our IPs, the things that we love, to manipulate it to push your own fucking agendas. We saw this with One Piece recently when I was calling that shit out. You guys do it with Pokemon all the time. It's sickening.
put a pin in that because that we can relate that immediately to this next statement here. They complain that anime isn't what it used to be and that the fandom is full of tourists and that newcomers are ruining the community. What they don't realize is that this gatekeeping says more about them than it is about us. Dermy, last year, 2024, not 25, 2024, when One Piece was deep into the Wano arc in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
What did the tourists do?
Let's see. It was not Wano. They made the one girl say that she's not a girl, she's a trans because she goes by Odin and wants to be Odin, and
Let me.
What was her name?
I have it. No, I have it right here. Keep this Yamato. I keep this right here for just this discussion type of occasion. They tried to say Yamato was a trans icon. They tried to say Yamato represented everything they needed because he was a woman deciding to be a man, to take on the name of this and that and all that kind of bullshit.
And ignore that he idolized Odin for being a hero, and she needed a hero at that point in time because she was being brutally abused by
her father, by Kaido, who was very funny in this week's chapter, frankly.
Yes.
That was hysterical. Point is,
full on, like, refusing to feed you. You are to be this. You are to be that.
I need a son. I needed a son. Abusing. But here's the thing. Tourists who are only here, like, as we always say, locusts to transform, devour, and transform shit out, try to say that Yamato's woman. But Oda himself, I keep this around for this minute. Yamato's Viver card. These are the character stats created by Oda and his team. Gender, female. Age 28. So it's okay to goon to her, guys. It's okay to goon to her.
I will say some of these Viver cards and some of these Viver texts, they are more or less not fully accurate, but some stuff like this is accurate. This is one of those things that is like, male, female. It's a female. Yes, it is a female.
It's a woman.
Story-wise is why she does what she does.
Yeah. So when this stupid. So author here. Oh, go ahead.
Alpha Omega, they're canon-esque, where it's
official merch released by Oda and his team.
Yes, but the thing is, like, they some stuff has asterisks. It's wavy enough so that if Oda wants to change a thing here or there, he can change it. And you saw that recently in some of the chapters. Some things don't line up via the timeline that he put out via the Viver cards, but it's because they're asterisks on canon. It's canon until Oda says it's no longer canon. That's pretty much what it is. And
you have something like this making a statement. They don't realize that gatekeeping says more than no. Gatekeeping says all our gatekeeping is we're trying to tell the truth. We're not letting you people who come here and change this shit do that. And look what the next frame is. Wano, Luffy Wano.
No, that's Egghead.
Oh, you're right. That's Egghead. You're right. Sorry. You're right. There's the Egghead headphones. Sorry. You're right. Sorry. I saw Gear 5 transformation lightning, and I thought
that's fair. We haven't Egghead has not. It's been going on, but it's kind of taken a pause for the dubs. Subs, it's nearing its end.
Anyway,
it's taking a break.
So the word tourist in anime world doesn't mean someone traveling to Japan. Oh, shut the fuck up. Don't try and play fucking word games like, oh, it doesn't mean death. It's a new kind of label, one meant to draw a line between real fans and fake ones. Dermy, we use that across all fandoms now, don't we?
Yes, we use it in Star Wars. We use it in video games. We use it in anime, Star Trek, everything. Doctor Who. People that claim to be fans but ultimately aren't fans and want to change it for their own agendas. People that have never truly loved it, even if they're individuals like take it to Doctor Who. People like Dr. Retardus. I would think he's a real fan, but he acts quite like a tourist trying to engage with people that were never fans.
Because he drinks the agenda Kool-Aid. That's why. And if you drink the agenda Kool-Aid, you may have, if you are a real fan that drinks the agenda Kool-Aid, you are an accomplice. You are a collaborator.
You're the person that throws you're the person that throws the blanket over the barbed wire, allowing the illegal immigrants to enter into the country.
Yeah, you're also the person that says Anne Frank is in the ceiling. That's who you are. You're a collaborator. You're a collaborator. It's a new fake ones. An anime tourist is someone who only watches what's trending. The meme-fueled algorithm boosted titles like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, and Attack on Titan. Wow, that's a pretty packed bunch of titles there. 3 of those are fucking tourist Odoro birders. And Demon Slayer is not tourist because Demon Slayer normalized anime for a lot of people. It was a good, easy entry to anime, and those people have become real fans since. But people who watch Jujutsu Kaisen, fucking tourists. Chainsaw Man, maybe. Attack on Titan, definitely.
Because people that watch Attack on Titan end up not really wanting to watch other anime, and they want to judge everything based off Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan was great for a long period of time, and then it fell off. Chainsaw Man, fun, awesome. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it. I prefer the manga over the anime personally, but that's just a personal choice. I will say this right now: most people that like Chainsaw Man, it's because it's the in thing. Same with Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah,
Demon Slayer is an easy entry. Like the reason they're also focusing in on like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, and Attack on Titan is because those were the big ones. Those were the ones that a lot of people had popped off. A lot of people started watching. They're like, "Yay, I like these. Now let's change it."
Yep.
It's kind of it's your standard, and it's the most popular, so we're gonna watch that and not anything else.
And using Attack on Titan as an example, they cry the hardest when you try to tell them it might not end the way you like it without spoiling. And then they're like, no, it's going to be great. And then they have to work so hard to love the ending. Coping. I would say coping is a definite trend of a tourist. When you
100%.
When you feel like you've invested this time as a fan, but it's not ending the way you wanted it to. So suddenly
it's not ending with I'll say this: it's not ending with Tanjiro pulling down the pants of Zenitsu and butt fucking him.
Oh God, we're not even getting to those fucking weirdos, man.
But that's what a tourist ends up wanting, because you don't get something like that, because you won't have gender ideology shoved in. They'll hate it.
And a lot of them are the weirdos who want to ship the worst possible shit. Back in the day, old school shipping, when you had Ichiruki versus Ichihime, or Narusaku versus Naruhina. That was old school shipping, where it's like we've been all invested for a long time, and we want the pairings to have happen. And I won one and lost one. I won my Ichihime, I lost my Narusaku. But I won one. That was old school shipping. Now the idea of shipping today, which is a tourist thing, is to make 2 characters butt fuck when they're not gay.
Shipping is also really, really escalated to the point that it's not healthy. There was a recent, I don't want to say it was a VTuber drama, but it was sort of a VTuber drama where somebody had to admit that they walked away from a group that they were part of because they fell into the shipping kind of scenes and caught feelings for somebody who didn't have feelings for them.
Oh,
so it's like, that's actually kind of tragic, and the shippers weren't helping. They were making it worse.
Yeah, shipping has become. It used to just be high intense nerd shit, weeb shit. Now it's sick, disgusting, degenerate shit.
Yes,
it takes on. It's a different. There's a different definition to shipping now than there was, let's just say, 20 years ago. Different definition. They follow hype cycles instead of studio lineups, scroll through edits instead of reading manga, and often disappear as quickly as they arrive. Some jumped in during the pandemic boom when anime became more accessible than ever. Others treat the fandom like a fashion statement, an aesthetic to match their playlists on social media feeds. To veteran fans, these people feel like intruders, tourists, a land they have never helped.
Wait, but that is
the exact definition of a tourist.
Yes, that is quite literally what they're doing. They're only doing this for social media trends. They're wearing it because it's the trendy thing now. And the moment anime falls off, they'll find something else. They've never actually cared for it. They're only doing it because it's popular. Yeah. It's like cutting off your junk to become a woman. It's starting to die down because it's no longer popular.
That frustration didn't come out of nowhere. For many older fans, anime used to be hard to find and even harder to love publicly. Yes and no, but we've already discussed that. They remember late nights waiting for episodes to load, trading bootlegs on blank discs, and getting laughed at for liking cartoons. To them, watching anime wasn't just entertainment; it was identity. No. See, that's how you know exactly the type of person writing this. It wasn't my identity; it was my hobby. My identity is not defined by my hobbies. It's just the things I like to do, the things that bring me happiness. If you're saying that something has to be your identity, you're already messed up, and I know exactly where you're coming from, what camp you plant your flag in.
I never thought of my identity as anime fan. I thought my identity was a guy that just liked good shows. Okay, that's what I liked. I never wrapped myself up and said I'm now going to be Pokemon. Okay, that is not me. I just really love this stuff and I prefer it. That's about it. I am not my self-worth is not tied to whether or not Attack on Titan is going to be good or not.
The closest thing I would say that maybe my identity was defined is that all the anime titty that was thrown in my face made me realize I love boobs.
Yeah.
That maybe that's the closest you can get with that is, wow, I love tits. And anime tits are awesome because they're bouncy, jiggly. They don't droop. They're perky forever. They defy gravity, and I love it. It's pure fantasy. I love it.
They have their own physics, and I love it.
I love it. And they have asses and legs that don't quit either. And anime girls don't smell. They're just beautiful. I mean, it's the fantasy aspect of it. And it reminds me that I'm a straight man and I like women.
Your identity should never be tied to an IP because that is not your identity. Because look, Attack on Titan is that perfect thing. If I had my identity tied to Attack on Titan, I'd be probably wanting to off myself at the end of it at all. Okay, because
that's what that show's all about, isn't it?
Yes. And to have that be your identity, knowing that it ends so poorly, having you have to tie yourself to that the entire time, that's not fine. That's not good. It's okay to criticize stuff. It's okay to be a fan of something without it being everything about you.
All right, this next statement here. And now with that anime everywhere, that identity feels diluted when everyone could claim it. What does it mean to have been here from the start? No, that is not how any of us think. We want people to enjoy and understand the thing we have loved for so long. It's when you come in and start to change it is the problem.
I keep praising the glory of trash anime because I can't say its name. I keep praising the glory of it. I found out that one of my favorite VTubers also loves it and got asked to do the song for the second intro. I'm over here ecstatic, looking forward to hearing more people talk about it. Guess what? I can easily be praising it constantly and trying to get more people. That's what I want. Yeah. That's what I want. And if somebody brand new joins in, I'm going to be like, yay, let's talk about it. What's your favorite person?
Nothing feels diluted. It's only when you try to change it. But this defensiveness is curdled into elitism. Social media has become flooded with fans who dismiss newcomers as tourists, shallow, clout-chasing viewers who only care about what's cool this season. No, you know who I fucking hate on social media? You've heard me complain about this before. These dumb motherfuckers who will clip out something day of and plaster it all over fucking social media, spoiling it for people who haven't watched it yet because they have to show that they're into it.
Those are usually the tourists or the elitists or the people just trying to get a quick buck. Yeah. But those are what those people usually are.
Yeah.
It's insufferable. It's nightmarish. Those are what we get really sick and tired of.
I mean, we had this discussion, is the fight I had with Silver about a few weeks ago, the whole Rent-A-Girlfriend fiasco from about a month ago, where everybody had to spoil it for everybody who maybe is only watching the anime like I am and not reading the manga, a giant moment of rejection. And, my thought was, well, shit, thanks for ruining it for me, assholes, because I'm only on season 4, which I just finished a couple weeks ago. But then watching season 4, which is a struggle to watch because the story is just really knotting you up in terms of what the progression things are going on. Mm-hmm. And it's frustrating, and with a bad person making it worse for these poor, dumb people who have gotten themselves into an unwinnable situation with their fake relationship. I mean, but if you know the history and the lore, and after seeing this season, I can kind of see where maybe things are going in that direction, why she might reject him because let's be honest, I forget his name suddenly. He's a pussy. He's not a strong man. He is a weak man and has done a lot of weak things and cannot read a room and has been lied to by many people and manipulated. So, and this season didn't help it at all with his personality, his character development. I mean, for those who understand, the character of Mommy, she's fucking evil. She's an evil, evil bitch. If you know, you know. Point is, if I hadn't heard that spoiler, everybody got in it, I would still be frustrated realizing there's no way these guys are going to get together cleanly by the time this is over. There's no way. But now I know that there's going to be rejection coming, and it comes about because elitists either get pissed off because the story's not being told the way they want it, and then tourists run around screaming, "Oh my God, this thing was always shit. Why are you all watching it anyway?" Not leaving those of us who are calmly watching it in private and not talking about it simply to get ready to watch it and enjoy it.
To be fair, what I will also say is most of the time it's the other way around when I see it. Elitists say it's always shit. Why the fuck were you always watching it? And
that too.
Tourists will also say, "Oh my God, my ship isn't going the way I wanted it to go."
There was a popular one last year. It was going the quintessential quintuplets. Good rom-com anime. You know, guy gets hired to tutor these 5 twins, these 5 sisters who are all quintuplets, more twins is 2, you know what I mean? These quints, and they're all beautiful, but they're all real individuals. But he met one of them when he was young, and he didn't know which one it was. And the whole mystery was, which is the first one he met that he sort of fell in love with at a very young age. And in the end, you thought it wasn't going to matter which one it was because he seemed to be falling in love with a couple of different one of them. And there were so many hints. But then at the very end, the mangaka, I think it's a woman, she pulled the rug out from everybody and made it the first one he met, and also made it the stupidest reason that he chooses her in the end in the manga. I don't know what they did in the anime, but the manga shat the bed. And I'd been really into that one. But you know what? When it was over, I didn't complain. I didn't run around. I dusted my hands, said, well, never going to watch or read this again, and I moved on.
I've had to do that.
Yeah.
I've had to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Sucks. Guess what? I'll freely move on. I've talked about, like, I finally saw Future Diaries this year. My God. Great build-up. By the end of it, I wanted to I wanted to Minecraft myself really hard at the very end because holy shit, that was not a good ending. It was very depressing and I hated it. And I got up and I moved on. I found something else. I found something with joy for once, and I needed joy. And I'm not a guy that likes joyful anime. It's easy to do, but these people don't let you do it.
And I see what Alpha Omega is saying here. No, I didn't know that, but if even if you've been watching it naturally like I have, you can see that the MC is just not he doesn't improve. He doesn't grow at all. So I can see why it's setting up to be the way it ends up. And we don't want to talk about that. We call that the grooming series. That's the grooming series. That's the grooming series. Bad. You know about Bunny Drop?
I don't want to.
You're gonna know.
The closest thing to grooming I know about is Boku no Pico, and I already hate that I know about
Bunny Drop. Is guy adopts little girl and raises her, and at the very end, when she's of age, she's in love with him, and they end up together. We're talking like man in his 30s.
Okay. What was that?
It feels like it's wholesome for the first part of it, and then you learn. I mean, I didn't read it. I kept abreast of this one was going on, and at the very end, it's like, oh no, they're getting together.
Oh, what was the actor that did that in real life?
I don't know.
Woody Harrelson? No,
not Woody Harrelson. No, don't throw that.
Woody Allen.
On him.
Woody Allen.
Oh yeah.
I get them mixed up because they're both Woody.
No, they're 2 completely different men.
Well, I know they're 2 completely different men.
All right. So no, this whole section here is not like that. It's not about being defensive. It's not about, that kind of stuff. Social media has become flooded with fans. No, we've done that. No, it's something wrapped in superiority. If you only watch what's popular, you're not a real fan. Some go further, calling others fake weebs or treating those who dislike certain tropes like lollies or over-sexualized characters as moral outsiders. I'm gonna let you handle that one.
Wait. Okay.
You heard it. So
My brain fried because there was like 3 things thrown at me all at once.
I'll read it again. If you only watch what's popular, you're not a real fan. Well, that's true.
I'm not gonna. I slightly disagree with that because sometimes you don't have access to everything else. Granted, modern era, it's really hard not to have access. But
everything's available. Everything's available now. Everything's available. If you know how to find it.
I will say, like, just to do the defense, people that only have access to maybe Netflix, it's harder for you to find anything else. So I will give that as a defense.
Some go further, calling others fake weebs or treating those who dislike certain tropes like lollies or over-sexualized characters as moral outsiders.
Why do I have to defend lolly?
That's why I tossed it to you.
Let me be the guy that does this, okay? When it comes to lolly, I don't have a problem with it. That doesn't mean I love it. Okay, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be out there going like, oh my God, look at this lolly character. No, okay, lolly is just a body type. It is just a characterization of a individual. Do I think they're over-sexualized a lot? Yes, and it does make me uncomfortable. But I'm not going to cry that somebody likes lolly. I'm not going to cry that somebody else wants to enjoy a lolly-esque character because there's a bunch of good lolly-esque characters out there as well. You can take a look at Spy X Family. You can take a look at a lot of Pokemon, Digimon, Dragon Ball Z. Lollies are all over the place. It's not a big deal.
One of the original lollies who, when she transforms, has giant breasts when she goes to her adult form. She chooses to look like that because it's part of her gag. But, I mean,
You could even take a look. I know both me and you agree. Day Live, it's not that good, but there's a lolly character that prefers to be the big booby character. That's fine. I could talk about the over-sexualized lollies all day and night and how I'm not a fan of it. But over-sexualized women in general, let's be fair here. It's fine to like those.
Yeah, I mean,
these people freak the fuck out because there's fan service, period.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Reincarnated Slime, Malim Nava. She's over 10,000 years old, and the anime goes back and forth, but she is a grown woman. She's just, when she transformed into a true demon lord, she got locked into that form, and she does have another transform state. She has a couple different transform states, but Malim she's a woman. She's just childlike. And they dress her in that, and her ass is sticking out of her bikini all of season 1. It's sticking out. They show her ass crack all the fucking time.
I've shown off what's his name? First serial killer was in London. Jack the Ripper. I showed off Jack the Ripper.
Oh yeah,
Fate. Apocrypha.
Apocrypha.
I'm not a fan of that design. Let me be fair here. I'm not a fan of that look.
That is a child there. That's
a child right there.
That's not an adult who just looks like a child. No, that's a child.
And I get what they're doing with it. I get the story aspect. It doesn't mean I like the design.
Slight aside, there's a new Fate anime coming out. Holy Grail War taking place in America.
Ooh, I'm curious about this. Ooh, are we finally gonna get the kid? What is his name?
Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid.
I don't know. I mean, I just saw that there is a Fate. There's a new Fate anime coming out. Holy Grail War taking place in America.
There's a lot of America-based heroes they could do.
I'm excited. It's been a while since I've been excited for a Fate thing because I wanted to get excited for Grand Order, but they didn't animate it all and they did it out of order. So I stopped watching after the pilot. I was like, I'm not gonna. It's all.
I'm gonna tell you now.
What?
There's a new Yu-Gi-Oh anime that I actually think you're gonna like because they changed up the format.
Is it more?
They're finally going to start animating the card lores. So they've been in the cards right now. There's been a big series called the Branded series. They're finally going to do the anime for the Branded series.
That's check it out and you let me know.
Series. That's a mega storyline that's been going on, and I will let you know because I'm kind of hyped.
It'd be fun to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh for an anime. It'd be
If
fun.
they keep doing like archetype or series stories as animes, I think a lot of people will like that. It'll be anthologies instead of like kind of here's a couple seasons of a big story, then go to a new one. We'll do that from now on.
Right. Back to this. What was once a haven for weird, passionate people has started to mirror the judgmental mainstream it once rebelled against. No. I'm only going to judge a motherfucker who's into tentacles. Kel, we're looking at you. I'm kidding.
Wait, I was reading chat and I heard tentacles. What?
No, what was once a haven for weird, passionate people has started to mirror the judgmental mainstream it once rebelled against. Nobody rebelled against mainstream as an anime fan.
No.
What is this thing about rebelling? It's bullshit.
I would say like modern day people are rebelling against what is coming for the West by watching anime, but that's just because what we're getting.
It's
now
my
is
haven.
shit.
It's my haven of it's because it's the only new and interesting media I have left. Every
you can
every
always
few months
find
I get
something to watch.
mean, I'm looking at what's coming out for the next couple seasons, winter or rest of this fall, next winter and spring, and there seems to be I know the winter and spring are not fully out yet. They haven't fully populated what's coming out yet. There's still a few things coming out yet, but a few of the TBAs haven't been slotted yet. And there's still some good ones coming out that I'm looking forward to, season 2s and 3s. But I mean, there's a few less series on my totals. I mean, this past season, I think I watched somewhere between 12 and 15 series this past season. And that's a lot. I didn't drop any off. I didn't exit any off. I watched everything that I started. I didn't say, oh, I'm not enjoying this and got rid of it. I watched everything, and I enjoyed just about everything.
I watched about 4 things this past season. That's a lot for me because I usually watch 1 or 2 things from a season. I watched 4 things.
Yeah, I mean, and next season I'm looking at least 10 right now. I think for next season, carryover garbage anime. That's a carryover. I'm waiting for it to finish up here. But I mean, I watch anywhere between 10 and 20 series a season, and
that's fair.
Yeah, and some of them are continuations, some are brand new, and some are great, and some are slop. I mean, I could point to the slop I watched this season pretty easily, but I like slop because sometimes I just turn my brain off.
But like, you like to watch a lot of the more newer stuff. I always go back to back catalog and go like, okay, what have I not watched yet? What
I've
is there in the
exhausted
back
that.
catalog? Yeah,
I've exhausted that for myself. I before this season started, I found 3 series I hadn't watched, or one I think I started and didn't watch. What was called King's Raid. Oh God, it was boring as fuck. Beautifully animated, but in the end, boring as fuck. And the other 2 were just slop as well. And it was there's a reason I didn't watch these, obviously, because they were garbage. But there's nothing left that interests me in the backlog. I've seen everything. I'd have to go to rewatch. Now, of course, my upcoming mega rewatch, trying to line it up with a release, I'm looking forward to doing a full rewatch of Black Clover, getting ready for the new season. I'm getting.
When is the new season supposed to come? It's not till next.
I think
summer?
winter. I think winter or spring.
It's probably. I need to get a.
They haven't said it yet. They haven't said it yet. They just announced it's happening. So
once I get a release time, I'll rewatch with you.
I'm trying to do it it's going to either be in December or January when I'm going to do it. It's kind of see how it rolls. Like right now, I've done pretty well stretching this entire season. I mean, I got through all of October and I'm just ending watching Shield Hero. So I only got to wait another 8 weeks now until everything's done. So I did pretty well stretching things out as much as I could. I tried not to barnstorm through some things, but some things I just did because they were damn good. Anyway, but here we go. Where was I? The danger of this mindset isn't just that it's cruel, is that it's hypocritical. Every fan starts somewhere, and most of these somewheres are mainstream. Say people who now mock anime tourists once began with gateways, hits like Naruto, Bleach, or Death Note.
Don't bring up Death Note.
No.
The
Death
difference
Note's,
here, but the difference here is like
I'm gonna say Death Note queers. You can all fuck right off.
Agreed.
All of you.
But you're conflating 2 things. Again, nobody's shaming somebody for getting into the most popular thing at the time. What people are shaming is that you turn that most popular thing into every aspect of you, and then you want to change that most popular thing to fit your your weird agendas and shit like that. That's what people complain about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's night and day things. Nobody.
yeah.
And yes, I know there's a bunch of people, and I've seen them, like Pippa. She says, if you've only ever watched the most popular things, you're not a real anime fan. I'm like, I give defenses there, yes, but you should be willing to branch out into the other stuff. If you're not willing to branch out into the other stuff, then there is something.
When I was laid up, I branched out into many, many other genres besides fantasy and science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I massively branched out, and I'm happy I did it. So happy I did, because there's so many great shows I never would have watched otherwise. And when I say Death Note queers, understand this: anybody that will say Death Note is one of the top tier of all time, you ask them what their other favorites are, and they will only say the anime that were the top ones of that era. They stopped at that gateway. They didn't go deeper. They watched Death Note, they watched Cowboy Bebop, they watched a couple other things from that era, and they stopped. So I will call them a fucking tourist if you're saying Death Note's one of the best things ever, because you didn't watch more. You watched what was a popular thing in the moment thanks to Adult Swim. And then you didn't watch anymore. You didn't stick around and watch Gundam Wing. You didn't stick around and watch all that stuff.
Hard after L died. It is not that good.
Yeah, it's it's not. And Naruto and Bleach, that's shonen. It's part of the original big three of shonen that went on. I mean, Naruto is famous for his painful filler, and Naruto falls off hard the longer it goes on. It does not age well. And Bleach, I love Bleach. I think it's great. A lot of bad filler in the anime. The manga's good. And right now, Bleach is in the middle of a renaissance because Tite Kubo, we'll just call him Kubo Sensei. Kubo Sensei finally got to do 1,000-Year Blood War the way he wanted to do the manga. People don't know, Shonen Jump, they rushed him to do 1,000-Year Blood War. They rushed him. It was a rush job. It felt weird reading it at the time. It felt like incomplete, missing things. And now with the anime, he's gotten to do it the way he wanted. So, and it's been held in high regard. I'm waiting until it's all done to give it the full watch, because I want to just enjoy the whole thing, because I know what happens. I'm hoping that also they flush out a few things here and more, which I hear they are. So Bleach is a special case. It's in the middle of a renaissance. And some people, you either like Bleach or you don't. You like it or you don't. It's fine. Orihime is one of the most beautiful anime waifus ever. Her tits only got bigger as the series went on. But she's a glorious, good person, stuff like that. Point is, using these as your examples, it shows you you're the fucking tourist. Because Naruto, you like it enough, and then you watch it enough, you start to dislike it, like I have. I've watched it 3 times all the way through, beginning to end, and I can't ever watch it again. Bleach, I love it. Go ahead.
The games for Naruto were fun, but that's because they were fighting games.
Yeah.
They gave you the story you needed. You could get out of the fucking way of all the filler, and it was over. And then even at the end of Ninja Storm, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, I think it was, or maybe it was 4, the last one that they put out, they changed up the animation style, and it was not that great of a game. But the story is just, the fuck happened? A lot
of weird shit goes on in the end of Naruto. Yes. And it tries to get fixed with Naruto the final movie. And then, of course, we all know the disaster that is Boruto right now. We're not going to talk about that. So to say that we're forgetful, no, this tells me that you're a fucking tourist. And these examples are not, you weren't there. You weren't involved with people. You weren't paying attention. I was there. This kind of elitism grows from nostalgia. Many older fans look back on the early days with rose-colored glasses when the community was smaller and shows felt grittier and the passion felt purer. But that purity came from limitation. Anime wasn't hard to find because it was better back then. It was hard to find because it was inaccessible. Being an anime fan used to mean being willing to willing to dig, to import, pirate, because the industry barely acknowledges you. What fans miss is equality is exclusively. No! I hated that. Listen, I saw Alpha Omega talking about rating the 80s and 90s so high. I don't rate the 80s and 90s so high. I don't look at that with nostalgia because, frankly, I'm bored with all those franchises from back then. They're not exciting to me anymore because they were made cheaply at times, and they were rushed because there was a different attitude in production back then. You weren't faithful to the source material. You rushed stuff. You made a ton of OAVs and not a lot of series, and shit didn't get made or shit got forgotten. So no, it's not about that. Not about that at all.
There's
It's a
lot of
bullshit
shit.
statement.
The 80s was a good era, don't get me wrong, because it gave us some good shows, but you're right. Like, we didn't get proper endings. We're getting proper endings now for a lot of stuff, and we're getting proper storylines.
Perfect example. I mentioned earlier, Sailor Moon. Original Sailor Moon anime series is complete bastardization of the manga.
Mhm.
It's not accurate. It's about 60% accurate. Sailor Moon Crystal, the more recent stuff from the past few years, that's accurate to the manga, and I like it better. I have a soft spot for the original. There are some things the original anime did better. Like, I like the way they ended R better in the original than what the actual thing done. I thought was a better fight at the end there. But it's about knowing your franchise and knowing what you love.
Mhm.
And talk like this shows you didn't give a damn. You're now trying to. This shows me this is a leftist making this article. They're assigning a monolithic view to all anime fans. Dermy, you know as well as I do, anime fans are not monolithic.
We're not monolithic. We vary a lot, and a lot of us disagree.
Even you and I that agree on a lot of stuff, we still have very different feelings on things. Like you don't touch rom-coms.
Don't like rom-coms.
And I do.
The only reason I'm even looking at a couple of cuckoos is because I have
VTubers it's
that
good.
I like there. That's the
good.
only reason I'm even looking at it.
The animation is superb, and those girls are all beautiful. But
I prefer, the grittier, darker storylines.
You like misery porn?
Yes, quite literally, I do. I like misery porn. I do.
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
For example, I will not deny that Berserk is a seminal series. It's iconic. It's foundational. I don't enjoy it. Everybody else does. You especially. I don't like it, and I can admit that. But that doesn't make me or you anime enemies. We are not the same. It's just that simple.
Berserk is an acquired taste. I will always admit that, especially because they've never been able to do an anime properly. So that's why I say don't do the anime. But you take this whole thing of like we criticize the bastardizations. My favorite manga series ever was outside of Berserk was Chrono Crusade. It was the first one I ever read. I own the entire collection of Chrono Crusade. Not a lot of people know about it because the anime was straight shit. It was not the manga at all. It was an entirely different story. The voice acting was atrocious. Holy hell, I wanted to stab my ears out. And what's really funny is in the manga, they start talking about, the writer talks about, like, they're making the anime. Because he does little, like, comics at the end to say, like, what he's been going through. He's like, yeah, they're making the anime right now. I hate it because they're changing everything. Yeah. And I finally saw the anime shortly after, like, found a dub, ripped it in.
I've seen it through it. I wasn't particularly impressed when I watched it.
It was bad. I saw the ending and I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, well, that's the era. And then here's one of the things, again, that why I don't look so fondly on the 90s, especially. A lot of things had anime-only endings. And that went on to the early 2000s, where they didn't, because the source material wasn't done yet, they just made shit up, and a lot of times it was dog shit.
And Greasy Gumbo, listen, Berserk 97, it's really good, don't get me wrong. I like Golden Age arc. That's all they've ever done. You have not seen the Black Dogs in anime. And there's a reason for that. Holy fucking hell, that's brutal.
All right, let's keep going. Let's finish up so we can talk about some One Piece and get out of here, because I'm steadily running out of time.
My dinner is ready and I smell it.
I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything since 11:30 this morning. I'm starving.
My parents have been making a roast all day and I've been smelling it. I
have a roast beef sandwich waiting for me when I'm done here, and I want that. Anyway, and I gotta go do Wormhole Watch an hour and a half. We got Melee James tonight on Wormhole Watch. I have to be ready for insanity, because you know how James is. So I'm not done tonight. My night isn't over. I'm running all these streams back to back right now.
One day I will be on Wormhole Watch. It will happen, and I'll make sure that will be the shortest episode ever, because I'll be like, I don't fucking care.
We watch the show. We watch and talk about it.
I know exactly.
You're not coming on. because Brad knows you don't like Star Trek, so you're not coming on.
I'll be perfect to come on for an episode.
No, we
what the fuck's happening?
tried that on Engage, and that didn't work at all. We thought it'd be funny, and it was terrible to have you on. It was horrible.
Yeah, because I don't like it.
Yeah, I know, which is why we're not going to. I did that again. I thought it would be funny to bring you on, have you piss and moan. No, it was terrible. I'm not going to do that again. It was not funny. Anyway, and the nostalgia often comes with jealousy. Fans who built the identity bullshit. Identity politics. If your mind is in there, of course, you look at this. It's not about identity. Identity around being outsiders. Now see younger people enjoying anime freely and feel pushed aside. No, we don't. This is projection right here. I feel like it's projection or ideology being imprinted on the conversation to make it make sense for them. It's a toy's mind mentality. The urge to hold tighter the moment someone else wants to play, but that reaction betrays the community's original purpose. The dream was always to make anime accepted. No, I didn't care if it was accepted or not. It was made. You know why? Dermy, you know why? Because it's made in Japan.
Yeah.
It's not made for us. All real anime fans, weebs, anime isn't made for Westerners. It's made for the Japanese. We just happen to love it, and that's why we fucking love it.
Weebs and Americans, we watch this stuff, and we go like, yeah, we like it because it's just better storytelling. We don't need our identities tied to it. We don't care if it's the most popular thing in the world. Yes, I would like to be able to watch anime with my parents sometimes, because there's great anime out there that I think they would enjoy. They don't want to because they view it as a cartoon. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
And
you do you.
My mom would never watch it. One, I broached it to her years ago. And I know there's two reasons why she wants it. One, I don't think she has the desire for this type of storytelling. But two, let's say it's something that has subs only. My mom doesn't like the sound of the Japanese language.
Neither does my dad.
Yeah. So,
and I've given my dad Vinland Saga. Like I said, hey, watch Vinland Saga because he likes Vikings, and Vinland Saga is very accurate to Viking culture and some of the Viking history at the time. It does a really good grounded story there. Nothing's crazy outside of like a few things here or there. He looked at it as like, I don't want to watch this shit. It's cartoon.
Yeah, and it's not that it's my mom not cartoon. She's not interested in these types of things. She sees the good stories, but I don't think she commit to it. And also, as I said, if it's a sub, not a dub, she just doesn't like the sound of the Japanese language. Yeah. I love it. I personally love it. I like the sound of it. I think it's a beautiful language, but she doesn't like it. To her, she's just hears screeching because that's what she hears, screeching. A lot of times, yes, there's screeching going on. Let's not pretend.
Depends on what you're watching,
I'm not talking about porn. Yeah, I'm watching porn.
I hate that you knew exactly where I was going.
Oh, gee, I've been watching anime for decades. Gee, I've never seen hentai before, have I? Please. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to pretend I've never come across hentai in my life. Oh no, it's porn. It's just porn. Frankly, I would make the case it's less degrading porn because it's just animation. No real people are fucking. No woman, no daughter is bringing shame to her father's name by doing dirty things, and that we will still watch it. Well, let's not go down this road anymore. Anyway, there's a key difference between being an experienced fan and being an elitist. The experienced fan uses their time in the fandom to share knowledge, recommending older series, explaining the artistry, helping others dive deeper. The elitist uses their experience as a weapon, belittling newcomers, scoffing at trends, and treating fandom as a hierarchy. The first keeps anime alive, the second keeps it locked away. That is such an amalgamation of bullshit right there.
They're conflating two different things. Okay, the elitists are weird individuals that, yes, they lock shit down, but they're very uptight.
They want to convert you is what they want to do.
Yeah, they want to convert you to being as elite as they are, and if you're not, they look down at you. Where most people are like the normal individuals, the people that do want to be experienced and that talk about this stuff. The thing is, though, the tourists, the knowledgeable people, the people with the experience and stuff, yes, they go to the tourists wanting to share this stuff, wanting to enlighten individuals and be there at a good faith. Tourists take that good faith and then say, put a trans flag in it. I want these people fucking.
Yep. You're exactly right. They want to change it. They want to turn into their vehicle for their agenda. And here's the thing. Perfect example. You and I, over the years, we've watched enough Geeks and Gamers streams, and whenever anime comes up, the chat tries to recommend those who are Geeks and Gamers members to watch anime. How's that worked out so far?
Let's see. Jeremy's watched Attack on Titan, but never finished it.
He loves Death Note.
He loves Death Note, yes. Ryan likes Pokemon.
And Pokemon is about as normie fucking anime as you get.
But that's also because he grew up around Pokemon. That's why he likes it. That's why he's not like attacking it. I know Crystal watches anime, watches a lot of anime. I think the rest of them don't even watch anime or talk about anime at all, and they are
Mike. I think Mike.
Well, okay, Mike and Disbrew, because I don't know. Disbrew's no longer.
Well,
really
Disbrew's not Geeks and Gamers. He's not Geeks and Gamers.
He's FNT now, but like Mike watches a lot of anime.
Yeah. Point is, a lot of the time, real fans do want to share it, but you know what? A lot of people don't give a fuck what we're recommending to them.
Yeah,
they just don't. If you're here watching us, you're watching us because you're already an anime fan. We're not here converting anybody. You and I
would love to convert people. Don't get me wrong. I would. I mean,
Jed was in the chat earlier. Jed could give two shits.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried once to convert him because I know it's not his type of storytelling. Known the man long enough for these, I know what his tastes are when it comes to writing and storytelling. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
I think you could still convert Jed. It's just you need to find the right one. I'm always the believer that you always need to find the right one for the right person.
I don't want to convert. The other thing is, I don't want to convert people. That's the thing. If you come to it, I'm happy to share. I'm happy to talk, but I'm not trying to convert anybody. Yeah, I mean, right there. Gary goes, I like spaceship Yamamoto. And it's like, Gary, shut up. Just shut up.
Gary has access to so much anime. People
have sent him shit. They've sent him volumes of manga and anime. And guys, I hate to burst your bubble. Gary hates manga and anime. He is a Western comics guy.
He's a Western comics guy for sure. I don't think he hates it. I think he does. He's not a fan of it. Yeah. And people have tried their hardest. And he goes like, you know what? I respect you. It's not for me. It's not for me. And he's fine with that.
Yeah.
Except he likes One Piece live action, which is like, what the hell?
Well, that's a different conversation. We're going to get plenty of time to talk about that in the near future. Anyway, the truth is anime tourism is a symptom of success, not decline. The fact that people who never would have touched anime a decade ago now call themselves fans is a victory. It means anime has crossed borders, language generations. No, it doesn't need to cross anything. It did what it did. It went from Japan to America. And
it's not a victory that Hassan's an anime fan.
Oh, God.
Or I think it's not a victory that Hassan's in the anime sphere. How about that?
That is the first time you've ever uttered his name on this particular stream.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
It's not a victory that I have fucking what's her name? I was about to say big booty black chick that raps, but that covers a lot of people. Megan Thee Stallion.
Ugh.
It's not a victory that she's in the anime spheres. It's not a victory that Alpha Mega brought him up earlier. The anime kids or whatever the fuck their name is in the anime sphere. None of that stuff is a victory. That's perpetuating the whole tourism and changing stuff to fit your guys' own agenda. These people don't. Megan Thee Stallion, you know what? I'll cut her some slack. She might actually like anime. I'll cut her some slack. I haven't dug too deep into it. Hassan doesn't like anime. The anime fuckers don't like anime. They're only doing it to get money. That's it. Megan might actually like it, but they're utilizing that to try to target people that don't care about it and just want to manipulate it and move it for their own reasons. That's why the elitists end up coming out as well, because the elitists are cunts. Don't get me wrong, but for fuck's sakes, I would rather have an elitist than a tourist.
At least I know what the elitist is, and I know that they don't want to see anime destroyed. They want me to do it their way, but I can very easily just flip them off and walk away because they can't control what I watch or how I watch it. Whereas the tourists literally want to take everything away from us and make it in their new way. Talking about here, this last couple of things here. Community doesn't need fewer anime tourists. It needs better role models. Instead of sneering at newcomers for not knowing enough, fans should help them find what makes the medium special. Jeremy, you just said a person's going to find their gateway anime drug on their own. You can't force it. And the tourists, as we've already laid out pretty well in this discussion, they latch on to what looks hip and popular. I mean, I guarantee they really don't care about any of the shit that's going on. They don't care about Chainsaw Man. They don't care.
Here's the question for you to prove that anime tourists don't actually care about anime. How many of them are talking about Vinland Saga right now?
Nobody. I don't even talk about it because I'm not into that one. I passed on that one.
And the reason why they're not talking about it is because there hasn't been like season 3 announced yet. There's gonna be a season 3. It's gonna probably be coming out because that is a hot, super popular
I could probably,
anime.
if I brought up live chart, I could probably show you when it's coming out because that's
as far as I know, it has not been announced yet, but they're gonna do it. They've been taking a big break, but like you don't see them talking about Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is super popular. The manga is still going on. People really do love it, but you don't see them talk about it. They cry whenever they discover Berserk. They cry their eyes out because of horse rape, which is an actual thing.
There's a lot of rape in that series.
They cry their eyes out. They don't talk about the past stuff at all. And I'm not saying like the 80s or anything. I'm saying like what legitimately came prior. They never talk about it. They only talk about what's new and hip.
Here's there's two of my favorite current tourist anime, and tell me if I'm wrong. Chat, tell me if I'm wrong too, because you guys know how I feel with this. Number 1, Frieren, tourist fucking anime if I ever saw one, because of the memes and the dick sucking and all the kind of stuff. It's a good show, but it isn't even some of the people who we know who we are acquainted with who are true anime fans. They put that show on a fucking pedestal for no goddamn reason. It hasn't earned anything, but the tourists, they love the memes. Oh, you're a demon. Never trust that demon. Oh, look at Fern's big ass titties. Oh, look, I'm Pepe looking up at Fern's tits or whatever. Or Frieren getting eaten by the box. Oh, look, they're shipping us. All this kind of shit that I see. Frieren is a tourist anime if I ever fucking saw one. Where are you all now? I mean, season 2 is coming out in January. God help us. It's coming out in January. God help me, maybe more than anybody else. Next biggest one, carryover from last year, just ended recently, Dan to Dan. A more, and I know some of the chat like Dan to Dan, it's fine. Never a more cliched stereotype anime have you seen with Dan to Dan. You like it more than I do. You can admit that has every fucking retarded anime stereotype in it, cliche that is found for the past 50 years.
I'm not denying it. Yeah.
And it's done to obnoxious levels. If you enjoy that, great. I call it the purest of slop there is. There's nothing deep to Dan. But fine,
it's
like
just
it.
Fun. It's fun octane. That's all it is.
Stop trying to tell me it's some sort of epic anime that is going to change it. Stop trying to tell me that Frieren, just because they're telling the adventure after the adventure, it's so after the adventure. It's another fucking adventure. That's the biggest lie about Frieren. That it's the adventure that happened after the adventure. No, hey, dumbass, it's just another fucking adventure. There's no adventure after the adventure. There's always just another adventure.
An adventure after the adventure is what we call an epilogue.
Not even that. This is just a new adventure. This isn't even an epilogue. This is because new things are happening in her world. It's all new stuff for her companion and stuff like that. The world isn't Frieren's world. They've forgotten what greater magic looks like. Because she disappears for so long, and her master doesn't teach it to a lot of people. The one in charge of the whole magic syndicate that goes on in that stupid ass world. So it's shit like that gets me pissed off.
And the thing with Frieren, and I'm gonna say this because they're kind of I watched all Frieren, and I'm over here like, yeah, it's good. I'm not gonna knock it.
It's not terrible. It's fine, but it's average.
I'm not going to put it doesn't deserve the mantle you're putting it up on. And you're right. The whole after the adventure, it's just a new adventure. And they're kind of hinting that some things that happened prior might come back, like the idea of the Demon King is returning or stuff like that. Like they're hinting that it's happening again. It's just that just means it's another quest to take these people down.
Frieren did not reinvent the anime wheel. like people want to claim it has. And that's my example of the biggest latest. I mean, you want to talk about Attack on Titan, all those things. No, Frieren is one of the biggest tourist anime bullshit. And it didn't have a movie. It just took everything by storm because I don't even know why. I mean, I waited till it was done. I waited till all 28 episodes were done for that season 1 before I watched it so I could level my judgment. And I was bored most of the time watching
I think the reason people gravitated so heavily towards it is outside of, I won't even say Demon Slayer is on the same like story aspect. And this isn't me like saying, oh, they're like levels of story. I mean like style, the type. Frieren has more of a serious nature to it, even with some of its quirkiness. It still has this more serious kind of like, hey, this is direct.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about this to even like, again, I'm not putting them on the same level here, but I'm just saying Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, you know, has a little bit more seriousness. That's why people kind of conflate the two. I think that's why a lot of it's happening is it's been a long time since we've had like a more serious popular anime that people like a whole lot. Yeah, that's why that's going on. Where the last time we've had that was Attack on Titan, and look at where that ended.
Yeah. I mean, so I mean, it's just, well, Alpha Mega, we're not talking Japan. We're talking America. We're talking the West.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Gem. That's a different conversation we're not having. So if something's popular in Japan, it's popular in Japan for whatever reason is over there. And that's why it usually finds some more traction here, because then they're gonna make sure it gets pushed here. We're talking here. We're talking Western tourists. We're talking Western people, Western fans who put things on higher pedestals than I believe they should be.
And Alpha Omega,
Japan's not a monolith either.
Yeah. And Alpha Omega, like, I do like Dan to Dan, don't get me wrong, but I do think it gets a little bit annoying and obnoxious with how much people like it. And then you do get the people that want so-and-so to butt fuck this person or so-and-so to cuck this person. You get those people, and they're fucking annoying. Because remember, if we are going to compare like how Japan reacts to stuff versus America reacts to stuff, Japan doesn't often say we want these people to butt fuck. America does, and it gets really tiring when America does it. Not saying that they don't say that over in Japan, but it's not at this level that we see it here.
I don't get hate blind, Frank. I don't get hate blind. I can be objective. I mean, I said Frieren's fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's gotten way more pushed up, and a lot of tourism walked through that door and have tried to change things.
Listen, I disagree with Adam on Dan to Dan. Okay, we've been over this. Yeah. I don't think he's hate blind. I think it's more that it's like what we were talking about. I think some anime aren't meant for other people. Okay, that's kind of what it is. Dan to Dan and Frieren aren't meant for Adam. They're not things that he should.
If I was hate blind, I wouldn't have watched Dan to Dan at all. And I watched season 1 because, like, okay, I'm going to see what this is about. I'm going to see if my initial feelings are warranted, and my initial feelings for myself were warranted. So I didn't. Hate blind means I wouldn't give the time of day. And I watched Frieren, and I gave it my breakdown, and I will continue to give my breakdown. I will watch season 2 of Frieren, so I can remain in a conversation. I mean, once again, I don't think Frieren is very innovative with its whole never trust a demon. Demons always lie. Frankly, I think that's boring storytelling. You take away a sort of innovation of character creation if you make all the demons evil.
No, it just made the demons animals and what they are biblically supposed to be, essentially, or not biblically, but you know, like with the stereotypical demons always lie and they're evil.
To me, it takes away a sort of creativity levels. I mean, frankly, I would say a superior show of dealing with sort of same things like that, Jobless Reincarnation. That is a fantastic one, dealing with PTSD, stress, drama, all kinds of horrible things that happen, how you deal with it, loss, trying to fix oneself. I mean, depression, stuff like that. Yet great fantasy aspects, great fighting, and I can't wait for season 3. I can't wait. I love that. It's one of my favorites, my current favorites in the new era right now, this past couple of years. But either way, so we picked this apart. we see this for what it is. This is a commie leftist trying to
Yeah.
apply commie leftist tactics to that.
It's one of the guys that will go out there and say One Piece is political because people
Yeah.
take One Piece to wave at riots.
Yeah. All right. I want to talk One Piece, but we're both hungry and I'm running out of time.
What we can talk
So-
about One Piece right now is this. Right now we are nearing the end of God Valley arc.
Next week is the final chapter.
Yeah.
Of God Valley.
Of
next-
God Valley.
It said at the last frame said
Yeah.
the God Valley ends. It's over.
There has been comical moments because it's One Piece.
Yeah,
There's
like-
comical kind of fun moments. Kaido
There was
getting his
there
devil
was-
fruit.
Yeah, he had Charlotte Lin, aka Big Mom. Holy yes, this one will be perfect for one of my kids. And then Kaido just slams her with his mace out of nowhere, and in anime style, just gobbles it in midair and becomes the dragon. And she's like, "You
Yes.
bastard!"
Because it was meant for Katakuri, which that goes to like the Viva cards not always being fully accurate, and they're accurate until Oda says they're not accurate.
Yeah.
Because Katakuri was supposed to get his stuff at a different time. That's besides the point. Anyways, like there's been the fun stuff. You've
Yeah.
seen the Rocks Pirates fall apart because they were never actually a companion.
Shiki betrays them.
She-
Kaido and Charlotte go after each other. Of course, then they do unite to fight Imu, right? Everybody united in that one moment to try not knowing it's Imu, which it makes it even. I mean, I really want to get into this, but I want to end the show because I'm hungry.
I am too, and I smell the roast. Well, I'm just trying to give like a quick glance.
And
to
I
see-
mean, listen. Here's what we're gonna do. One, guys, stay tuned for when the next anime also will be in German. I have to talk about that, considering how it's November, and November gets tricky for live streaming as we go forward because of the holiday season.
November
So-
and December are very difficult.
Yeah. So we may have to punt this one to early. I think we're probably going to punt the next one to early December.
Yeah, we could
Just
probably
because-
do that.
Yeah.
Just because
so
it's easier.
here's what I want to do. I really want to have this conversation because I really do want to have this conversation about the theory now that I think the Will of D is now out there. I think it's right there in front of us. I think Oda just dropped a big bomb in this latest chapter. The Will of D being the Will of Davy Jones. The Emu's monologue while she's talking to Rocks is huge. There's a lot of lore dump in there, and I don't want to blow by it. I want to discuss it. I want to discuss it. I want to break it down, but at the same time, I kind of think we should wait because I'd rather talk about this with the conclusion of God Valley under our belt.
Ooh, that's a smarter idea.
Because what if we're missing one more piece of information? Because
We might be missing one massive piece.
Because look what we said last time. We said that what is the truth about Roger and Garp versus Rocks? And here's the truth. Rocks is being mind controlled and he can't stop himself.
And he's begging for death.
He's begging for please kill me. So I say we are going to break our promise. I say we punt to our
next week.
Next time where God Valley will be done, and also then why now in this last part we learned from Emu why now see why this is connected to the killing of the Giant King. I just forgot his name.
Harold,
because she wants to manipulate them. Because he's manipulating. So it's all coming together. Oda is a master storyteller, and I love this man. What he's doing. So I think we should wait because by then I think we're going to have all the answers we need to form a better conversation.
And I'll also say who the world is, and it changes what people have been saying of what they wanted to do when they say they don't want to destroy the world. So we got a lot to tackle, and we need like a proper.
And we need to really get into it. I also haven't figured out what anime we're gonna watch because it's my choice. I couldn't figure out a list. I tried and I couldn't do it. So I need time to think about it. Here's what we'll do. Give me a week or so, and then I'll throw it to Dermy on Ballbusters, and we'll play the game on Ballbusters conclusion.
And by the way, I would send people to Vagabond, but I don't know what his channel name is.
Yeah,
don't
either.
That is my bad. Here, let me try. Let me just try copy paste. See if I can pull him up.
Yeah,
because he's supposed to be going live here in 2 minutes.
It's usually if I have to be like in direct contact with somebody for me to instantly do it the way I have it set up on my studio.
And I don't have him, so he might not have it done. I might have.
Yeah, he's still listen. Vagabond's his channel is still very new, so he might not have.
Vagabond? Let me try.
He might not have that stuff set up. Some people don't know that.
That is also that is also fair. Like, he might not have it set up
because you have to manually turn it on and you have to give people permission. You got it? Okay,
got it.
Right.
I have it set up. I will be going live myself later, but that's mainly to pay.
I have to go talk Star Trek in less than an hour. So I'm done for the night, and then I got to play. Then I got to play Monster Hunter Wilds with Sam and Devil for a little while. So I'm not done for the night. I want
to find where a training location in Digimon is, so I can properly.
Yeah, you were trying to find a grinding point. Is the problem?
Yeah, because if I have to wait,
tempted to play that. It did look like it was interesting. I was watching.
It is fun. It is fun.
I'm tempted.
It's very different than Pokemon.
Well, of course. I don't know what my next solo stream game is going to be right now because we're almost done with tactics and I don't know what's up next. I know my next private play game is going to be, but I don't know. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna end it here, guys. I will change the title right now just to make sure we don't forget that because we did not really get to a One Piece discussion. But so thank you everybody for joining us today. Must be scheduled. Oh fuck, fine, I'll change it in studio. Dickery. Thank you everybody for joining us today. We appreciate all of you hanging out with us. We know that lives are busy and that you have to find time, whether you're watching us live or on the replay. So we appreciate that. Remember to hit those like buttons, subscribe to the channels because YouTube is asshole. And we'll see you guys on the next live streaming video. So until then, everybody, take it easy.